everybody. Good evening to you. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. So, good news, everybody. We got a good one. So, Foodie did a live called Grocery Haul. And by first glance, I thought, oh my God, no, it's going to be one of those, isn't it? It's going to be a boring one because she's doing a grocery haul. I consider her mukbangs and her grocery hauls and her hauls in general to be quite boring. But boy, was I wrong because some stuff happened in that live. Let's see. Foodie told a whole bunch of lies. She denied ever lying, and her Beezers were holding her feet to the fire over that and pointing out things that she said that she lied about. And she was none too pleased about that. And she was going off on people. Also, I'm doing the evil laugh for a reason. Something happened in that chat. So those of you that have come to my tarot lives, those of you that have been watching Neo Tarot, Melissa Gold Tarot, Sunburst Tarot, those of us that have been doing readings on Anime Sucks, guess what? Anime Sucks had some stuff to say in Foodie's chat. Yes, he was revealing some personal information. And we're going to show evidence of that on Twitter. Before I get into the messages and into the Twitter peeps where the evidence is on that, I just have a message for Foodie Beauty. Foodie, you really messed up. You really, really messed up with this one. Anime, he's different. He's not a feedie that he's content to be in the dark. Not let everyone know what he's into. He's very much out in the open with who he is and what he likes. And you told him about your channel. And so he knows about your channel. He is present in the chat. He has sent you super chats, but also he knows about Girl World, doesn't he? He knows all about Girl World. He knows all about the channels that talk about you and react to you. And I don't know what offline dealings the two of you have had with each other, what business dealings that you might have talked about, but he's the kind of person that if you don't follow through with whatever agreement that the two of you might have struck, he is as nasty, wrathful, and vengeful as you. Do you understand that? I mean, like I said, this guy's out in the open. He don't care. He don't give a doggone. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he's going to act very much the same way that you do when you don't get your way. He will go through any means necessary to exact revenge. And he gave you just a little taste of that during the live, didn't he? Yeah, he did. And I feel the messages that he sent you, that was a warning. I think he was warning you that he could expose a lot more about you, that you better toe the line, or if you don't, he's going to get real mad and he's going to lash out in ways you don't expect and you can't stop. He might go to say FFG or the YouTube Underground or myself or, Milk Tea or Pulpy or anybody. He can go to any of the reaction channels and start talking. And what's you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do at all. Sounds like he's holding some information over your head. Well, that's your fault. That's your fault for talking to him offline and going as far as you did. Maybe doing some private shows and such for this man. And I'm pretty sure he's got blackmail on you. That he's recorded some stuff, put some stuff away for safekeeping in case you did not do what he wanted you to do. And he's holding that over your head. So, yeah, that happened. This live that she did, y'all, it wasn't a really long one, thank goodness. But for what it was, it got interesting. There's going to be some boring parts. I ain't going to lie. But she gets real spicy. She gets real spicy. And then, of course, there's the anime sucks stuff, which I'm like, yep, told y'all. Told you he's mad. He's mad at her. He is mad at her. And he's letting her know that he's mad by dropping little tidbits of information for Girl World, knowing that we're going to pick him up, knowing that it's going to make her sweat. Also, before I forget, Chantal recently revealed that she cleaned her whole house, allegedly. I don't believe that. I don't believe Chantal cleaned her whole house. I believe she had somebody come in and clean it for her because, she just physically unable to clean her whole house. Theory, and I'm just putting this theory on the table. I think the house cleaning has to do with she's going to be leaving soon. She doesn't want to do it right before the trip because that would be really obvious. She's doing it a few weeks prior to kind of get things back into order. But Foodie usually doesn't get things clean unless she absolutely has to. So maybe either A, maybe there were some complaints about the smell or the mess, or B, she's preparing to leave. She's preparing to get on up out of there. Got to have the apartment clean and ready. So maybe somebody came in and did some cleaning so that when she does leave, it won't be a complete disaster. So tell you what, enough talking. Let's get on the Twitter, peeps, and I can show you all the wonderful stuff from the people on Twitter, and then we can get on to her live. So it's time for the Twitter, peeps, y'all. All right, it's time for the Twitter, peeps. So let me just go ahead and bring up the screen. All right, let me just make sure I am where I need to be. 1 second. Yes, I am. Good. I'm just double checking. Okay. So for those of you on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a post courtesy of Empress 2E, saying Chantal literally looks like she's eating out of a high chair. Well, that's on purpose, for reasons I've already stated more than once. She's doing the AB adult baby play on YouTube. And because it's YouTube, she can only take it so far. She, I'm sure, has thought about what she can do on YouTube and what she can't do, like what she can get away with and what she can't. So like this whole setup, again, on purpose. That's not a mistake. That's not an accident that it looks like a high chair. The only thing she's missing is a sippy cup and a pacifier. And then the look would be complete. Also, I got to thinking today about why she buys so much apple juice. And the last time we checked out her fridge, there were a lot of juice boxes, and yet we don't see Foodie drinking the juice boxes on camera. What could that possibly be for? Well, when it comes to adult baby AB play, guess what they like to see? When you're playing like you're acting like a toddler, drinking out of a juice box, because that's what young ones do. So isn't it funny? She's always got those doggone juice boxes. We never see him drink them on camera, but always a supply of apple juice, always the juice boxes. What else could they be for? Are they for your little fetish play off camera, Foodie? Yeah, I tend to think maybe that's why you buy so many of those. Okay, y'all, lean in for this. Lean in hard. Day-to-Day Ray says, looking at Foodie Beauty, anime rules, cope, and peed. You're going to talk about Salah moving out? Day-to-Day Ray says, anime just putting out all of Foodie Beauty's business out there. Shame, I believe him over her. I knew they were chatting offline. So did I. But here's some of the messages that anime sent Foodie. Anime rules, cope, and peed says, you're going to talk about Salah moving out? He also goes on to say, no, we know he's in Salmiya. He also says, why is Salah telling his friends he moved out, Chantal? Serious question. Not being mean, just concerned. Last message, he says, tell Salah to come out and show himself if he's there. I'm telling you, Chantal, this guy is your nightmare. He is a Foodie, but he is not a Foodie that likes to be in the dark. He likes to be all the way out there in the light. He doesn't care if people know that he's a Foodie or he's got certain fetishes. He don't give a doggone. What he cares about is his investment in you, the investment of money and time. He wants to make content of you. He wants to make money off of you, maybe spend some personal time with you. And if you don't do as he wants you to do, he's going to punish you. He knows far too much about you and girl world, about what you want out there and what you don't want out there. And he's going to use that against you to get you to do what he wants you to do, or else he's going to expose all your business. He's going to put you right there on the witness stand and cross-examine you. And if you've done really extreme stuff, Chantal, stuff that could potentially just set your channel on fire, he might expose that just to put you in a position where you can't make money for yourself anymore and you'll be forced to come to him. So you open that door. Now you have to deal with it. All right. This post is from Yog saying attack 100, damage 0, love 100. That looks like Booger when she was a baby. Look at him. Look at the Booger baby. Cat's like, you playing video games? Are you playing? You want to do PvP? I'm right here. I'm right here. You want some PvP play? Let's fight for real. Come on, Mortal Kombat, Cat Edition. Let's do this. Why you should have an animal snuggle buddies. Oh, look at the bunny. That's a big bunny. What kind of carrots you feeding him? Good Lord. It's like a natural throw pillow. Perfectly Imperfect says, so Foodie Beauty said it's typical for her to wake up at 5 a.m. But then in today's live mentioned how tired she was and was concerned she was dying. Huh? But then remembered she woke up at 5 a.m. and that's why she was tired, proving she doesn't wake up at 5 a.m. and isn't typical for her at all. Yeah, she's full of it. She doesn't wake up at 5 in the morning. Not at all. The last couple of lives, I saw the CPAP lines on her face. Now, if she had woke up at 5 in the morning, we wouldn't have seen the CPAP lines. That usually happens when she's just waking up and like they're going to be there for a minute. So you lie, Foodie. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, she's not lying. She's just protecting herself. Let's watch the clip. Uh-oh. Y'all, you can see. I don't even have to turn on the volume. Look at her face. Like the hand's going. She's mad. She's mad. You can tell. The eyebrow is up. She's mad. Let's listen.
Seriously. Every single person. I didn't lie about time. Okay. So these are lies that I do on purpose because I don't owe you that information.
So you just told on yourself. First you say you don't lie. Then you just said you do lie. You lie on purpose. So you are admitting to lying when it suits you. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter. You still lie.
So if I have to protect myself and my privacy, yeah, I'm going to lie to you about that. Whatever.
See the attitude? I'm telling you, it's going to be a good one. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, any opportunity to find an excuse as to why you refuse to seek help. It all boils down to not having the willpower to change and refusing to be uncomfortable. You are spoiled, selfish, weak, greedy, and a miserable. See you next Tuesday. Enjoy your foot stumps. Tell us how you really feel, Fondue Pondu. Let's watch the clip.
Well, there's not really, like, there's no, I've tried to go inpatient in Canada, and I ended up at the outpatient for the eating disorder. And yeah, you can go somewhere to a retreat for like 10 grand. Do you guys want to pay?
Why should other people pay to get you better? You're the one that made yourself sick. It's your problem. One that you've known about for years. And you've had the money 1,000,000 times over to check yourself into a retreat if that's what you wanted to do. You had the money many times over during Crackhead Olympics. You were making serious money back then. That if you had gotten your big head out of your big butt and you wanted to quit this food issue and get on top of it, you had the money then to make it happen. You know you did. You just chose at that time, I am not going to fix the problem. I am choosing instead to monetize the problem and make profit off of the problem. And that's a system you've always kept in place. Never once, Chantal, have I ever seen any true fight in you to fight against it. You decided eating food is what I'm known for. Being a train wreck is what I'm known for. I know I could go a different way, but I really don't want to because I'm so used to this way of being. And I just don't want to stop. And you can't say it's because you're afraid that the Beezers will leave you if you stop eating. They have told you they'll back you up if you decide to get healthy. You can build up a whole new crowd of people that are there for the right reasons versus the wrong ones. And you'll still make money on YouTube. It's not like you're going to go broke. But you are dead set on devoting your health, devoting your time, devoting your body to feeding your addictions rather than starving them. But why should anyone pay for you to get healthy? Even if somebody stepped forward with, say, $10,000 and said, Chantal, I'm going to pay for a retreat for you. Would you go? If they contact a retreat and paid for your visit, would you actually go? Would it make a difference? I don't think it would. I really don't think so, because things like that are not going to work unless you are committed to your health. You're not. You're committed to your addictions and your sickness, monetizing them, profiting off of them, victimizing yourself with them. You are not committed to the right side. You're committed to the wrong side. But it's disgusting to expect people to pay your way for everything all the time. You wanted to go out and feed the cats. You went to your Beezers and said, you guys pay for the cat food. Even though I could, I'm acting like I'm the one that I want to go out and be nice to these animals. It's your responsibility to pay for the cat food. You put it on your Beezers to pay for the cat food. And then you took part of the money and spent it on mukbangs so you can make money off the mukbangs. And then you also made money monetizing the I'm feeding cats lives and videos. You took other people's money to make more money and to make yourself look somewhat human. And now you're going to also ask for them to pay for you to get better? No. If it matters to you, then you'll do it. You'll figure out a way and you'll make it happen. If it doesn't matter to you, they'll continue to be sick.
Oh my you know, well, you have money for food, but I don't I don't have money for 10 grand to go go into somewhere and just no. Sorry, I don't. Happens so basically I have money, don't worry. There's literally a couple thousand dinars in this one account, so don't worry about that.
Okay, so the exchange rate, so you're saying you got almost 10 grand, right? I mean, that's what you said. But you don't have the money for that? You don't have money for a retreat?
I don't even know if that exists here. I don't think it does.
And she was sitting next to an obesity clinic. This is so good. Somebody putting all this together.
So we'll just see. I have some resources. They also suggested help me pick out resources in Kuwait. So the focus is to also have access to some resources there, which there are community centers, but they're Islamic, so they made a good point that a lot of it's probably going to be through a religious perspective, which makes sense. And, being a revert, they suggested finding other revert expat groups that might be support. So go sit and spit.
There you go. You know what? It wouldn't matter if the best in the world surrounded Chantal, ready to work for free, ready to work round the clock to help her. She's got to want to help herself first. She's got to be the one to say, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of living this way. I'm sick and tired of being miserable. I am sick and tired of the bubble guts, of the obsession with food. I want to get off this roller coaster. It's making me dizzy. I'm sick and tired of hitting the wall. It's giving me a headache. She's got to just reach that point inside of herself and break through the wall before anybody can help her. So I don't think anybody should be paying for any kind of retreat or treatment for Foodie. Let her do it. If she wants it, let her do it. Because by her doing it, there's a greater chance that she'll stick with it just because she did it. She'll get a sense of pride of, yeah, I saved the money. I saved up for treatment. I saved all that money on my own, and then I went to treatment and I got the help. But if somebody else gives it to her for free and she didn't earn it, she won't appreciate it as much. It's rare in life when you get something for free and you really appreciate it because you didn't work for it. There was no work involved. Two-tailed caper says 2 blocks of sharp cheddar, 2 bags of mozzarella, pepper jack cheese, Kraft singles, and I'm sure she has a big carton of shaky cheese and more hiding in the fridge. Cool it down, Foodie. Yeah, she did like a little grocery haul. She also got cooking oil, courtesy of DX, a lot of it. A lot of yogurt cups. She's unable to stop herself from having a bee moment, so she swallows one in one swig. Good Lord, pepper. Yeah, that was part of the live, the grocery haul. We're going to skip past that part. I really don't care what she got at the grocery store. It's stupid. This one from Yog saying, mother cat immediately adopts a stray kitten. Aww. So this mama cat had a litter, and this poor little one named Shrimp lost its mother. So the mother cat's like, well, I guess you're part of my babies now. I'll give you warmth and milk and love. I will give you a bath. So Shrimp, the cat, the kitten, now has a new mama. Why you should have animals, the pure love of an animal. There are all kinds of animals that can love, not just cats and dogs, but sheep, cows, chickens. Yes, chickens can give love too. Swans. The swan obviously loves this man very much. And here's another one. People always think that swans are mean. They're not all mean. And we got this rooster. Come on, rooster. There you go. Elephants. You can get love from all kinds of animals, even a turkey. Even turkeys can give love. And more cows. Hello, YouTube says she's getting attitude with someone for chat regarding her lifestyle change. She has her smug bully face yelling that nothing worked. Oh, can you tell by the face it's going to be a good one? When you see her wear the red hijab and she's got that face, you know it's going to be a good one. Yog says dog just returned from surgery. The cat hasn't left his side since. Animals can feel things about other animals. So the kitty cat's like, I'll keep you company. I know you don't feel good. I'll just lay here beside you, make you feel better. That's so sweet. Aw. All right, DX on Twitter giving part of the recap about the live. Okay, so here's part of the recap, starting from the bottom. She isn't decorating for Ramadan this year. Says that she definitely cannot keep herself from eating food she wants. She doesn't care anymore. Says she tried to go to inpatient, says it's $10K and asks if we want to pay. Says inpatient doesn't exist in Kuwait. Huh. I wonder why she isn't decorating for Ramadan this year. Could it be because Salah's not around anymore and he's not going to hang up the decorations? She says she can't keep herself from eating good food she wants. Oh, she could. She just doesn't want to. Going on. Everyone is listing her multiple lies. She can't even help but laugh. Says she's been to too many doctors and they all tell her different things. What am I supposed to do? I'm a little confused. Ron is talking about us, quote, spending hours on Twitter. You know, Life by Ron, aka Sofa King. Sofa King, Ron. I've heard all about you and your snaky behavior, Ron. I heard about you going over to Oh Lordy, it's Jordy's chat. Acting all snaky. Being part of his chat, giving him $200. Heard all about that. You're all over the community. You're not just with Foodie Beauty. You're all over the community. And I know exactly what you're doing, sir. It's not about you going into a chat and giving members of Girl World money. Oh, no, 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 no. No, I know what you're up to. See, you're doing really shicey stuff like that because you want the people that you're giving the money to, you want questions to be raised. The people that are in the chat watching you give money to that person, you want people to get confused. You want the community to get confused. Why is Light by Ron and say, oh Lordy, it's Jordy's chat giving him money? What's going on here? You want to cause discord and confusion within Girl World. But I also heard that, oh Lordy, it's Jordy kicked your butt out. But you're running around giving people money. Not because you really enjoy the reactors, because you're trying to cause confusion, cause bad feelings. So you're trying to play both sides of the fence. Yeah, we see you, Ron. We see what you're up to. You're a little snake in the grass, slithering around, hiding in the shadows and popping out, trying to create confusion. It ain't going to work. Those of us that say we don't like Foodie, we don't like her. You, on the other hand, you're a fence straddler. You can't decide which side you're on. 1 minute you're giving Foodie money and buying memberships for her channel, the next year over in somebody else's chat where you're not supposed to be. Okay? So you talk about us spending hours on Twitter. Well, obviously, you're spending your time lurking about Twitter and YouTube, looking for information, talking to Foodie and letting her know what's being said. Yeah, you got some shisty behavior, sir, that you got to answer for. Hello, YouTube says she used the R word. What a good Muslim. She is just flat out attacking her audience when they confront her. Oh, Chantal, you will always remain a mean girl with bought fake love. Love that for you. Nothing is real in your life and no one wants you. Yep. But well, you get what you pay for. She said she wanted fake love and she got fake love, you know? Didn't she say long ago, all he has to do is fake love me and I'll give him the world? Well, that's all she's received. Fake love, but I guess that's not enough. She wants the real thing, but you're not going to get the real thing unless you become somebody that is worthy of real love, Chantal. Therein lies the lesson. Julie says, people will just jump to the negative and accuse me of lying. Well, Chantal, if you weren't a compulsive liar, that probably wouldn't happen. So like she was going off in the community post. You guys can see it. OMFG, people are morons. I said I woke up at 5 a.m. Did I say that I got out of bed at that time? The stupidity is astounding at this point. People are nitpicking and obsessing over the sunrise timing from my previous post. Sun rises just after 6 p.m. When I wake up, I spend some time in bed with my husband and go on my phone. It takes me a while to fully awake. I really don't get how people cannot use reasoning in girl world. Does that clear things up for you? She's been on Twitter. She is watching Twitter like a hawk. That's why she's mad. She is big mad because she's all over Twitter watching our posts. We know she's here. We know she's on Twitter. Hectic Llama says Foodie's current bankruptcy is her second one, we think. And the hearing was February 2023. So the earliest it could have been completed was February 2025. She has to make payments, though. So she's probably looking at 2026. Here's some information. Second bankruptcy. If you declare bankruptcy a second time, it will take 24 months to get through the process, provided you're not required to make surplus income payments. Should you have to make extra payments, it will be 36 months before you're eligible for a discharge. Well, I don't know where she is with her income, with her payments. There's no telling. There is no telling. Here's something heartwarming from Yog. Dad gorilla loves spending time with his kids, but mother gorilla doesn't allow it when kids are too young. So he steals them, forcing the mama gorilla into a playful chase. It's sort of a family tradition. He did it with all three of his kids. So this father silverback wants to spend time with the little ones. And of course, the mother gorilla, she's going to be very protective over the baby. But dad's like, I want to spend time with my son. Mom's like, come back here. I gave birth to that. Where do you think you're going? You better get back over here with my little one. But all dad wants to do is love on it. Come on, Mom. Let him love on the baby. Let him love on the baby. He's playing with her. He's playing tag with Mom and baby. All right, moving on. Tara Lee says Foodie Beauty is beyond clueless. Shareholders, part owners of a company, are paid in dividends, for which you need a brokerage account. You aren't just handed a check. Dividends are then distributed quarterly, not weekly or bi-weekly. Salad and his friends are pulling some shady stuff. More than likely. More than likely. Foodie doesn't even know what he does. When we ask her the question, what does he do? She can't give us a straight answer. Her tongue gets all tied up. I don't know. She can't give us an answer. She's supposed to be married to dude. Doesn't know what dude does. That ain't natural. This is not natural at all for a wife to not to know what her husband is up to. Why you should have an animal. Here's a friendship between a dolphin and a dog. Dolphins just want to come up and say hi. Dolphins are like the dogs of the sea. They're very playful, very mischievous when they want to be. Annie Pooh says, 10-ton Tina says salad helps out fixing things for neighbors. They have 2 a.m. access to the building pool. He's friends with the owner and he's in the bedroom collecting money. He is the superintendent for the building. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So remember what I said earlier about she said that she cleaned her house? She provided some pictures. So she's saying she did all the cleaning. She did all the mopping and taking out the garbage. Like the house is spotless right now. I don't think she did that. I think somebody else did it. Foodie doesn't like to clean and she's just naturally messy. I think she maybe had a housekeeper or something come in because if she's got to go somewhere, if she's got to travel or go back home, that apartment needs to be cleaned before she leaves. And she doesn't want to wait till last minute to do it. Otherwise, the mess is going to get to be too much. So I think that's why she did all the cleaning. Like if that apartment is going to be given up at some point, it needs to be as clean as it can be. She can't leave it a mess. She can't leave it a mess. Let's see. See, this I'm sure this is what ticked Chantal off. It's posts like this because she was saying, I get up at 5 a.m. and I start cleaning. And then people on Twitter were saying stuff like, don't fence me in. Sunrise time in Kuwait, 6:18 a.m. Rule number 1, also, she's so dumb. So I'm sure Chantal saw that. D. Angry Scott says, does Foodie really expect any of us to believe this is her normal morning routine? As if we don't already know she sleeps until 2 p.m. to order delivery 99.99999% of the time. Who are you trying to fool? Mrs. Flupa Booty says, so when Salah is, quote, sleeping in the other room and she's live, she has to whisper. But at 5 a.m., she can make a ton of noise while herpling around cleaning, cooking, showering while he is, I assume, because it's 5 a.m. sleeping. Right. Yeah, like how is she going to do all that and not wake him up? He's not there, Chantal. We know he's not there. And another thing, it's been noticed, Chantal, that he's hardly ever in the chat. He wasn't in the chat today. Where was he? Where was he? He's appearing in chat less and less these days. Narky says, clean house immediately after payday. We see you, Chantal. You're not fooling anyone. There's no shame in having a cleaning person come clean your house. But there is when you try to pass it off as your own hard work. Stop lying about every doggone thing. Hey, you're right. There is no shame in saying, I had a cleaning person come and clean my house. If you can't do it, you can't do it. And it's okay if somebody else does it. If you're physically unable or you just don't want to, it's okay to say, yeah, I had somebody come in and clean. Lots of people have housekeepers. But why claim credit for something that you didn't do? Especially when we know for sure you didn't do it. And, just be honest. Stop lying. Stop taking credit for things you did not do. Just keep it real. All right, I think we're done with the catch up. So we're on to the live itself. It's only an hour and 24 minutes. And if it gets kind of boring here and there, we'll just skip ahead. But I'll tell you guys what, there's a lot of fire in her chat today. Oh, she edited the comments. Of course she did. You're such a coward, Chantal. I'm sure there were a lot of comments reading you to filth. You didn't want anybody to read them, so you edited them, coward. It's okay. It's all right. There's plenty of comments in chat. I'm here for it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? It takes a little bit to get to the part where she is like, but we're going to get there as quickly as possible. So I hope you guys enjoy this react. But yeah, she gets spicy. And the chat gets spicy right back with her. So let's do this.
Valerie, talk about Salah moving out. Well, now that you mention it, he's in the next apartment. There was one vacant. Hey, Raquel and Domi. Breeze it, hello. Oh, that's okay. You bought a house. Congratulations. Mashallah. Yeah, my eyes are really bad right now. Unapologetically, Mary, hi. I steal your bad. I'd give you some for sure, Lynn. Hey, Mary.
You know, I have a question, Foodie. I was just sitting here thinking about you, of course, because I'm sitting here reacting to you. I'm wondering. I mean, the whole thing with your eye leaking. Did it start happening more and getting worse right about the time that you got the keys for the Sherry and you just started driving yourself around more? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to go back and just see if maybe there's a connection there. Maybe there's a relationship between the fact that you used to have to wait on delivery to get your food. You used to be very limited with what you could eat. And now that you've got the car keys and you can go out and get whatever you want, do you think maybe there's a connection between the fact that you are having more B moments on and off camera and your eyes are leaking more and more and more? Maybe the food is what's making your eyes just leak all the time. I mean, it's just a possibility.
Chocolate bars. Hey, Mr. Bazid.
Oh, there he is. Y'all see who's in the chat. Look. I mean, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back because I think it was Anime Sucks. He got started early with that. Go ahead, Chantal. Say what you got to say.
No, there's no chocolates or anything like that, but, you know, there's some things that are not the best. Hey, Tracy. Katie K, Tyler, you're just chilling? You misspelled my comment about selling treadmill. What?
Oh, there he is. We're not even 2 minutes and 33 seconds into this. And he says, you're going to talk about Salah moving out? Are you?
I can't even see that. I don't ever withhold your comments. What are you talking about? I swear YouTube is glitchy. Yeah, YouTube lover, I'm okay. How are you? Are you going to talk about Salah moving out?
She's addressing Anime's comment.
Well, now that you mention it, he's in the next apartment. There was one vacant. Hey, Raquel and Domi. Breeze it, hello. Oh, that's okay. You bought a house. Congratulations. Mashallah.
Then Anime goes on to say, no, we know he's in Salmia.
Yeah, my eyes are really bad right now. Unapologetically, Mary, hi. I steal your bad. I'd give you some for sure, Lynn. Hey, Mary. Chocolate bars. Hey, Mr. Bazid.
Okay, I'm noticing something. Excuse me. Okay, this can't be the filters. Chantal, like, it is what it is, but this area of your lip right here, it looks really swollen. This right here, it, like, your lip from here on over looks one texture and one shade, and then this area right here looks darker. Are you having a bit of an outbreak, ma'am? Maybe you're stressed out or something. Is that what happened? Because it does. It looks like there is a bit of a, like you're having a bit of an outbreak.
No, because I delete those comments, big Korean. They make me rage. Are you in a different planet where the sun was rising at a different time? You have a casserole? Okay, did I just wake up? No, I'm going to bed. You know, like I was like, why am I tired? Like I was starting to think, like, am I dying? Well, I don't even want to go there because I know people think I am. But I'm like, am I like dying? Because like I'm so tired at like friggin' 8:30. But I was up at 5. Of course you're gonna be tired. You know? Yes, I'm very defensive. I think my selling treadmill and throw keyboard also deleted and caused rage. No, it didn't.
Anime says, tell Salah to come out and show himself if he's there.
Green peas are discombobulated.
You know, I'm not even sure if that's the real Anime Sucks. Because Anime Sucks was like a VIB. You know, his name was in green. And then that account just went poof. Then he came back under Jack Assass, and this person's name is in gray. So I don't know. I don't know.
Nice, Mr. Bazid. By speaking of diabetic, okay. So I ran out of, the glucose strips. Okay. So I need to order more. So I'm looking at pharmacies online and I'm like, they're like 10 KD for 50 strips. Oh, okay, Tracy, I hope it goes good for you. But they had a sale on the entire kit. This is my 3rd kit now. Every time I run out of strips, it's just cheaper to buy the entire kit because the kit comes with 50 strips, a glucometer, and 25 lancets. Hey, Richard. No, they were delivered.
You know, honestly, I don't know why she bothers to buy the diabetic kits, because she doesn't care about her diabetes. Someone who sits there and eats 8,000, 9,000 calories, choking down carbs and sugar as fast as she could go, she doesn't care about her diabetes. So why bother with the strips? Why bother with the monitor if you're not going to manage your diabetes in the right way?
I'm like, I have no more diet soda. And then I'm like, well, why am I having? Because right now it's hella February, right before the Brooklyn National Day, right before Ramadan. So the grocery store sales are off the charts. So I'm going to show you what I got. So I thought, I just want to say diet soda and like a few things, but I'm like, may as well get like a bigger grocery order and then I won't have to do one. I'm going to try to pace myself on the cheese. Like I went through like 2 blocks of sharp cheddar in no time flat. I love cheese.
Chantal, I would like to tell you something that's a secret, but yet not quite a secret. You're obsessed with food. Your obsession, your addiction is food. You are completely wrapped around food. Now, I know this is going to be hard for you to understand since you're in the fire burning. There are those of us standing around the fire watching you burn. We got a different point of view. We got a different perspective. Because we are not food addicts, because we are not the person addicted to food, and our lives are not all about food, and that's all we think about, and that's all we do, we don't find food as interesting as you do. It is not our everything. It is not all that we want to think about and focus on all day long, all night long. What's interesting to you is completely boring to us, and it's boring for a lot of people in your audience that are not food addicts. Like, you get irritated because you are the food addict and you want people to care about and be obsessed over the same thing that you care about and you're obsessed over, but your addiction is not everybody else's addiction. Do you follow me? Like, this thing that's taken over your life, it is not the focus of our lives. You can't see things from our point of view because you are heavy into your food addiction. You're not on the recovery side. And you're not going to see from this side of the fence until you come on over. As long as you are devoted to your addiction and feeding it, you're going to stay on that side. But you come on camera talking about food. Oh, I love cheese so much, and blah, 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 and grocery haul this and grocery haul that. Girl, nobody cares. If you want to eat, you can eat off camera. And if you eat off camera, no one will have anything to say about what you eat, no matter how much you eat. Same thing with the grocery hauls. You don't have to show us what you buy that you put in your kitchen. Doing the mukbangs and doing the grocery hauls, it's stupid, lazy, make no sense content. You're just basically running up the meter. You're just trying to burn through a few extra minutes for a few extra ads to be placed on your video or your live. I got to find something to do. I guess I'll show people what I bought at the grocery store. Or I'll sit here for 15, 20 minutes and eat a meal. You know, that's why you do it. You need enough content to fill an hour or two, but you don't have any idea how to stretch out the conversation to where it naturally happens on its own. Stop with the grocery hauls. Stop with the mukbangs. This is why your channel is going down the toilet. People are tired of the same old boring thing. It's gone on too long. You need something new. You need something different to put some life back into your channel. Your channel is so devoid of life. It's getting ready to disintegrate. Work on that.
So 9 KD and something, half price. Normally it's 18. Like, how can I go wrong, right? So I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep it. Mine bugs out. I don't know. All right, so where's all the frozen things?
You know, I have to wonder if this was the real Enemy Sucks, because if that were the real Enemy Sucks and he's singing like things like that in chat, she'd be flipping out. Absolutely flipping out. She's calm as a cucumber. Is that a troll?
I'll put the fruit. I hate putting the groceries away. Okay, page 5. Yeah, it's cheap.
Midwinter Ghost says, ma'am, your lip is swollen. Are you all right? Just blink once if you are. Yeah, it looks like she's got a bit of a cold sore outbreak or something. Like, I can see this shiny area right over here. The rest of her lip don't look like that. So maybe stress or something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jackie. Malted boo. All right, so I'm hungry. I might have a snack. I have some. These are my favorite samosas.
Ma'am, why haven't you put your groceries in the kitchen? You got frozen goods just sitting there melting next to your feet while you do a live. Is there a reason why you couldn't put your groceries away and then do the live? What is the matter with you?
No, they're sambosa. Samosa? It's supposed to be sambosa. Anyway, these are meat ones. And Salah's favorite, the juban, the cheese. I don't really, the cheese are not my favorite. I like the meat or the vegetable ones.
Again, I don't understand. I hate this. I hate this content. I hate the grocery hauls, y'all. I'm going to go on record as saying I hate the grocery hauls. Like, this feels like a really boring version of show and tell, like you did back in school when you were young. She's doing this show and tell thing, and the things that she's showing aren't even worth paying attention to. I don't care what she buys for food. I don't care what she eats. Why do we have to see this stuff on live? It's not interesting content.
Got some tomato paste. I go through a lot of tomato paste because I use it in like everything. Rice. I make my pasta sauce from that. So, hey man, Aaliyah, who did I miss? Stylish Irish Tris. Good, how are you? It is. It's so crazy, Khadija. Make a travel kit and add the new one in. Oh, that's a good idea, Lynn. Because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in a little while.
You know, I was a food addict, but I never went to the grocery store, bought groceries, and as soon as they got home with me, I was mowing through all of them. Although I will admit, I will be honest and I will admit, I will go out and do snack runs and go wild. Yes, I did. And that's why you got to be careful with what you bring in the house. Because if it's there, it's convenient. It's there. You don't have to go get it. It's already in your home. If you bring the naughty foods in, you're going to eat them. And you might go through periods of, I want a little bit of this and this and this and this. And that's why you can't bring too much of the naughty foods in the house, because you'll want to eat them all at once. You'll turn into a mad hamster and stuff your face all night long. You know you got a problem with food. The best thing you can do is just limit the amount of naughty foods around you at any given time. It's just a good idea. Because if the naughty foods are back in the store, there's a whole process you got to go through to get them. You know, let's just say you want like a batch of brownies, but they're not in the house. You're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm craving brownies. But I have to put some nice clothes on. I got to get in my car. I got to go to a bakery or go to a grocery store. I have to buy the brownies, and then I got to go to the checkout line, and then I got to buy them and then bring them home. And that's too many steps, and it's not worth it. That might stop you from buying the brownies just because it's a big pain in the butt. There's like a whole bunch of steps in between, versus if they're in the house and they're in the kitchen, there's no work involved. You know, keeping it far away from you, as far as stopping you, works wonders. Because unless your cravings are really, really strong, if they're weak enough, you can tell yourself no. But look at her, surrounded by groceries, and she's going to mow through a lot of that before the night's over.
Look there. Whoa. Here's the frozen things. So I got some samosa. You can actually air fry these. You don't have to fry them, but I probably will. Oh, pan frying. Yeah. Anyway.
And I would like to say thank you to Chantal for something. Thank you for changing your clothes, because I was getting real tired of seeing that green sweater thing that you were wearing for days on end. I got sick of seeing it. It was hard to tell what were your new streams and what were the old streams, because they all looked the same because you never changed your clothes.
Okay. We're going to do a wiener accountability check, okay?
Okay, you know what? She's doing the grocery hauls, blah, 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 blah. She's doing the grocery hauls. We're getting past all this garbage. Next. Oh, and she's eating. Sorry about that. I did not know she was eating. So she's eating. She's doing the grocery hauls, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to see all that. I'm here for my dessert. My dessert are the spicy moments. I like my desserts to be spicy and salty. Spicy and salty are my sweet. Don't you guys agree? Are they not the best desserts in girl world? We like our desserts salty and spicy. So like I'm looking for my dessert. I don't care about your dessert, Chantal. I don't. Let's get to, what about me? What about me, Chantal? What about my dessert? You're over there eating. What about me? Give me my dessert, ma'am.
Oh, it's mean, but it's delicious. Sourdough. Debo, someone can clock my ass.
Ooh, looks like we're getting to my spicy, salty dessert.
You don't like eggplant? We don't have. I love ground turkey, but I can't find any here. This is about 3 liters of sunflower oil. It's cholesterol free.
There's absolutely no reason why she needs that much sunflower oil. It doesn't even make any sense. Chantal doesn't do that much in the way of cooking to need that much oil. Like one of those bottles will last you several months. For what reason do you need that much?
It's cooking oil. I like turkey bacon too.
Somebody says, I thought it was soap. So did I. I thought that was dish soap.
Cooking oil can go on the couch.
How about take that stuff to the kitchen where it belongs? Somebody just came on through and cleaned your home. Why don't you just keep it clean? It's so easy, Chantal. If you just clean your entire house, then maintaining the clean is so much simpler. It takes minutes. But there you are, just putting things everywhere.
We're not going to put any perishables there. Right? Shallow fry. Not deep fry, shallow fry. Thanks, Richard. I'm opening up a shop. Hey, Miss Chad. I didn't find ground chicken that looked good to me.
Okay, she's still doing the doggone haul. Hurry up, Chantal. This is all running up the meter stuff. Because, okay, where are we at right now? We are at 21 minutes, 55 seconds. This stream went on for an hour and 24 minutes. If we cut out all of the eating parts and the show and tell parts with the grocery haul, we probably would be left with about 30 minutes worth of footage. Because she doesn't have much to say. I can go on my channel and do a live chat with just talking to people and doing tarot cards and easily spend 2 or 3 hours there, and it's, time just flies by. But her, it's like pulling teeth. Like she literally has nothing to say. But she knows that the longer the live, the longer the video, the more ads that YouTube can place on that video or that live. So she has to stretch it out by any means necessary. So we're getting past all this garbage. Like, I don't care if she deep throats a yogurt shot. I don't care. Okay, here's what you guys are missing. So she got a big bag of chips. She got some yogurt. She's eating a little bag of chips, complaining about how small it is. She's got a bigger bag of chips. So you're not really missing much. We're still doing the show and tell crap. All right, moving on.
Well, that's why they're only 60 calories. Well, this is the bread. I'm gonna go freeze it. Hey, baby. She wants me to feed. She wants bread. Look. You can't have it. You can't have it. Have bread.
So Layla says, where are all the mods? Yeah, where are your mods these days, Chantal? Why isn't Salah in the chat like he normally is? Is he done? Is he out? Is he through with this whole thing? And he's basically said, hey, do what you got to do to get your affairs in order, because I'm done with this. Just you do what you need to do, but I want no more of this.
Yeah, no. Maybe. Hey, Brooke. I'm just really tired, Fufu. I get past my bed. It's like getting to my bedtime anyways. I try to stay up till like 10. You know? I'm a carb fiend. Kind of. This Lebanese girl loves pita, macaroni. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're Lebanese, for sure, eh? After this bag, the rest is just diet soda and regular sodas.
Are we still doing this the show and tell thing? We're not done yet. Hurry up. Be done with this.
My birthday's coming up. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it.
Why not? What's wrong with being 41? Chantal, I am 54. I am much older than you. You know, you're only as old as you feel. Age ain't nothing but a number.
I'm going to be 41. Oh, they smell good, like cinnamon.
Oh, God. Is she going to eat again? I thought I went through all that.
Just sweet and low oatmeal. So probably just like...
Chantal, do you see what you're doing? You just got a snack haul, grocery haul type thing. You ate yogurt. You ate a bunch of potato chips. And now you're eating cookies. Do you see what's going on here? Like you are grazing. Like you're just picking up random stuff out of that haul and you're like, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this. That's why, as a food addict, you can't have all those naughty foods because you want them all at once. You want to taste everything. You want to eat everything. You will go out of control. You're doing it right here, right now in front of people.
Let's try one. Wow. They would be good with some tea. Thank you, Karoni. I see hot tea. Diet soda gives me a headache sometimes. Oh no, Ray. Oh no, not wisdom teeth. Are you getting them pulled out? So no, they're actually not bad, Layla. They have a good flavor. Crystal Light, yeah. I used to drink the pink lemonade one. I know. It is addictive. Like, I find myself drinking way too many of them.
You know, I'm not even in the room to look at those cookies. They sound hard as bricks. I agree with Layla. Those cookies in her mouth sound hard as bricks. She needs to be careful because her teeth are not in good health. She could break another tooth on one of those cookies.
I don't know, Lubug. They are hard. They're crunchy. And this is a guava.
What? Why do you have all that food around you? Put it away in the kitchen.
I polish it on my jeans. Dan Dirty Noodles and the jambalaya. They sound very hard, Zach. I don't know, Ginger Vixen. Apparently, somebody my height should weigh like between 99 pounds and 150 or 120, but
Yeah, because you're 5 feet tall. A healthy weight for you, depending, it could be 100 pounds. It could be like 120 pounds. Uh, I'm 5'4". I'm right at my ideal weight. Maybe I'm about 10 pounds over, but that ain't nothing. I don't know. I haven't gotten on the scale lately, but ma'am, you're over 500 pounds. You're like 400 pounds over your ideal weight. I mean, that should alarm you that your body is carrying 400 extra pounds that it does not need and it's not coping well with, because despite what you see on the outside, as far as your skin and all that, your skeleton is tiny. It's short. It's not meant to carry hundreds and hundreds of extra pounds on it. Like it's going to lead to a lot of problems, like back problems, nerve problems. It's absolutely amazing that you don't have disc problems in your back right now. Problems walking, problems in your knees. Your body wasn't meant to carry all that. Okay? Your bones are not made out of titanium. They are bone, and they're only supposed to carry so much weight. They're only so strong. Like, you need to lose some of that weight.
It's not up to my husband to tell me what to eat, but yeah, I mean, I don't think what I got is like bad. Like, if you put it in relation to, it's realistic, in my opinion.
Here's the problem, Chantal. What you just got, I'm just going to call it like I see it. Because, you can't lie to one of your own. You're a food addict and not in recovery. I'm somebody that I am in recovery. Forgive my language, y'all, but you can't bullshit a bullshitter. You guys ever hear that saying? You just can't do it. So you can't lie to one of your own. Someone who's been there, you can't lie to them. Let's call things for what they are. Let's call things by their right names. What you just got wasn't true groceries. It was snacks. There was a lot of processed stuff. There was a lot of snacky stuff. The pita bread, the yogurt. Yeah, you got some hot dogs, but that could also be considered a snack with you. It was all snacky stuff. There wasn't anything you could make a true, like, full-on meal out of. Processed food, stuff you stick in the microwave. It was a snack hole. Straight up, a snack hole. That's all it was. You went out for a snack haul. You had that delivered. And then you're still going to go out. And you're going to go out to the fast food restaurants to eat more junk food. So don't sit there and tell us, especially me, that, what I got wasn't bad. The stuff you just got is stuff that you eat after you get done for the day, running around to McDonald's, to Burger King, getting that food, and it's late at night, and you got the munchies, the carb cravings hit, and you need something to stick in your mouth. That's what that grocery haul was about. That is when I don't have the keys, when Salah has the car, and I can't go out because it's a busy night, it's a weekend night, and I can't drive because it's too dark. I have food at the house to get me through until the next morning when I can go out and get my Starbucks and I can get my McDonald's.
It's not like I'm ordering KFC, which I'm not saying I'll never eat KFC again, though. I mean, I think that's unrealistic. I don't know. I'm figuring things out. But
Fufu Egg says you're diabetic and you bought a whole bag of bread. Would you expect anything less out of her, Fufu Egg? How many times have you guys seen her do this? I mean, really, is it a surprise to see Chantal bring home olives and pickles and cheese and bread? This is something you've seen her do multiple times before. This is not a shocker. This is not a surprise. This is what she does. Why are you surprised now?
Yeah. It's bitter.
Okay, Strawberries and Cream asked a good question. Strawberries and Cream says, how is Salah supposed to know about diabetes and BED when he never saw it before her? Well, Strawberries and Cream, I think that even if he didn't know, if Chantal were his real loving wife, if they were in a real relationship, if you are a wife, if you are in a relationship and there are important things going on, you'd want your partner to know, would you not? If you have type 2 diabetes, if you have BED, this is part of your life, this is what you're struggling with, you would want your partner to know and be aware. But I think Chantal purposely kept that off the table. She didn't want him to know about her out of control diabetes and blood sugar. She did not want him to know about her problem with food. As a matter of fact, I think she made it into a joke with him. Oh, it's no big deal. I just get on YouTube and I make food videos and people pay to watch me eat. She told him that and laughed it off like, I really don't have a problem. I really don't have a food addiction. You know, a lot of people are not aware that food can be as addictive and dangerous as, say, alcohol or rugs, party favors. You know, people don't equate food with something as you can get addicted to it and it can hurt you, maybe even unalive you. We associate food with being something that we consume that's good for us. And in most cases, it is. But when it comes to food addiction, it becomes a whole different animal. She knew she had a problem with food when she started talking to him, but she did not disclose that to him on purpose because she didn't want him to know. And over the course of time, I'm sure he's figured out that something is very, very wrong in that regard. And that Chantal counted on that it would take a while for him to catch on. And in the meantime, she could spend time around him and use him as part of her content, you know, make use of him. So even if he didn't know about the diabetes and the BED, she, being the wife, should have told him, should have disclosed that. If it's an ongoing problem, you should tell your partner so they don't get confused and frustrated and angry because there's stuff going on they don't understand. Like if you love your partner, then you talk to your partner. You tell them things, they tell you things. If you have a real love relationship, before your partner becomes your wife or your husband, they should be your best friend. And if they're not your best friend and you can't tell them anything, that's a problem.
Exactly.
Underrated Vibe says you got to come to the reality that this situation is serious, Chantal. Like you're diabetic. Lip Cross says if he cares about you, I'm sure he's losing patience because time, unfortunately, isn't on your side. So today the chat is giving it to her, man. They're throwing it at her.
It's very new. Keep on like what? Silver Saw?
Uh-oh. Silver Saw says it's also unrealistic to think you can keep on like this. Well, she thinks she can.
Trying to eat things in moderation.
Hey, Beezers, can I tell you something? And by the way, you don't have to like me. You don't have to be subscribed to me. You can do what you want. But let me do you a solid and just let you know something right here, right now. This woman is not about moderation in anything. She's a very extreme person in every way you could possibly be extreme. There's no middle ground with her. It's either nothing or extreme. She goes from park to fifth gear in seconds. She's a thrill seeker, our girl, believe it or not. She's always looking for the thrill of something. She is. So y'all talking about moderation with her? She don't do that.
You think it's more realistic to just like pet everything out? I can't do it. So what? At least I'm doing something. That's it. How we resurrect. Guava empanada? Never heard of that. Hey, stylish Irish Trish. Moderating never worked. Neither did going full throttle. Extreme didn't work either.
Then you know what, Chantal? It's time to say, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what will work. I don't have the answers that I need to get things back on track. Maybe I should look outside of myself to professionals that I could talk to and I could come up with something that actually does work, because I'm walking around thinking I know everything when I don't. It's time to say, this situation with the food and the addictions are over my head and I don't know what I'm doing. Because you truly don't know what you're doing. You're fooling yourself into thinking that you know what you're doing when you do not.
Yeah. So.
And can I just say, Chantal, when it comes to problems, when it comes to issues, when it comes to addiction, it's okay to say, I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay to say that. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm over my head. There's no shame in reaching out for help when you need help. There's no shame and there's no embarrassment in saying to a person, or maybe your family or friends, and saying, like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster with food and I can't get off. This addiction has me by the fupa balls. It's got a grip and I can't get loose from it. I don't know what to do. It's okay to admit when you need help, because admitting that you're in over your head and reaching out for help is the first step. But the step before that is, you can't be in denial that you have a problem. You've got to face it. You've got to say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I want off this train. I want all the way off. You've got to reach that point. Until then, nothing else is going to matter.
I don't know. Thing is like, in my eyes, there's nothing wrong with like what I had today. So like, that's my problem with bringing it to the internet, because any little thing I eat is super scrutinized, and whenever you have like BED super scrutinizing people's food, makes it worse. Like, it adds food.
Ma'am, you bring this on yourself. You really do. I had food issues. I did. Struggled for 6 years to get from one side of the fence to the other. But I fought hard because I knew something was wrong. And I didn't want food controlling my entire life, ruling my every thought. I didn't like it. I didn't make friends with the food addiction. I didn't treat it as a companion or a lover. It was my enemy, and I hated it with every bit of passion I had. It was never my confidant. How can you sit there and criticize anybody for scrutinizing what you eat when you come online and you shared everything about yourself? You come online, you turn on your camera, and you show us what you eat. You showed us what groceries you buy, the junk food, the processed food. On top of that, Chantal, on top of the food, you come on and talk about everything else, about your diabetes, about your high blood sugar, about your high blood pressure, when you're sick, when you have an infection. You show footage of yourself dragging your foot when you walk. We've also got footage in Girl World of when you were back at the Canadian Villa. It looks like you have diabetic, what is it called? When you get the patches, dark patches on your leg. Right now, I'm just forgetting the name for it. It's also caused by diabetes. Like, you are showing many parts of yourself. But if you didn't want scrutiny over what you're eating, about the food you put in your mouth, then don't show us the food you put in your mouth. Don't do mukbangs. Don't sit there and eat food on live, and we would have nothing to say. If we don't see it, then how can we criticize it? Do you see the connection there? You can't sit there and just go through food like a mad hamster right in front of us and talk about your health problems and not expect that we're going to have opinions about that. We will. Because I'm looking at you. And I'm going to say something, and I'm not going to say it in a hateful way. It's just how I feel. You do not look well. You look very, very swollen. Very swollen. Like, I can see that this eye right here on the right is smaller than this eye on the left. Do I think it's a filter? No. I don't think you're trolling us with a filter. I think maybe something's going on with your eye. Plus, your eyes are leaking a lot. That could be diabetic related. I also think that you've got some vision problems. And diabetes can make you slowly lose your sense of sight. You've chipped your tooth eating food, which means your teeth need a lot of work. Like, these are the things that I know from the lives you've done and the videos you've done, the stuff that you yourself provided. You're almost 41. You do not look well. You look like you need to be in a hospital getting a lot of testing. Like, you got health problems. Maybe you know what some of them are. Maybe you know what some of them aren't. I think you know it's bad, but you just don't want to know how bad it is. You don't want to know how bad it is because even if you did know, you wouldn't care. You are determined to feed your addictions. You are not determined to live. So it is your life to do as you will. We're just the spectators, the commenters, those with opinions. And as long as you come online and show us things like this, we're going to have something to say about it. So if you don't want us to talk about it, don't show it to us.
Guilt that you didn't have before, Like, that's kind of why I posted on the community post what I had today to eat for my first meal. And then my second meal, I had no snacks in between. That was like a perfect meal. had like every food group, all vegetables, eggs, like very, very healthy. Then I had fish and rice.
See, here's the problem, Chantal. What you show us on YouTube, what you post in pictures, is not what happens when the camera's turned off. Like, okay, so you have this allegedly healthy meal. Good for you. But then you turn around and you do this snack haul, this munchie haul with all kinds of processed food. So you have like one healthy meal and then the rest is garbage. And who knows what else you're eating. Plus, by the way, Chantal, liquid calories count. They do. They count as much as the solid ones. The juices, the sodas, the sugary coffees, those count. You can stack up your calories with those and not even realize it. You can easily get like a really large, sugary, milkshakey coffee, and there could be 800 calories in that sucker. And that's not counting the sodas and whatever else you're drinking during the day. Those calories will add up.
At like, I don't know, 4:30, not even a little before that. I had an early dinner. And then now I'm just having this. No, Angie, baby. You just believe bullshit. That's your problem. What did I lie about? Every time I ask these.
Ooh, here we go. We're getting it started, y'all. Stop the tape. Get your tea. Get your snacks. We're getting our dessert. Save room for dessert, though. We're getting our salty, spicy dessert right now. Go get a plate and get a fork. There's plenty for everybody. She's about to serve it up. Run to the table and get your share.
Retards, this question.
Y'all hear that? She said that bad word. She said a really bad word. I don't approve of that word. It is a bad word. Say it again, Chantal.
Before that, I had an early dinner. And then now I'm just having this. No, Angie, baby. You just believe bullshit. That's your problem. What did I lie about? Every time I ask these retards this question.
She didn't even say the R word. She said the other, like the full on R word. She's way too comfortable saying that R word. Way too comfortable. That are and you guys over there, the Beezers, you guys are okay with her being comfortable with that word and saying it. I don't want to hear her excuse about, oh, this is how I talk when I get mad. You can get mad and not use that word. You guys give her way too much room to be awful. You excuse way too much.
They could never answer it. What did I lie about? One thing.
Are you kidding me? Chantal, you've been on YouTube for what, 8 years? And you told so many lies that if somebody sat down and took the time to make a video featuring all of your lies and receipts against all of your lies, it would probably be well over a 12-hour video. It would be a Chantal lie ambiance video. You know? It would literally go on for 12 hours. Just one lie after another lie, after another lie, after another lie, back and back and back and back. It would be an ambiance video. It would. A lie ambiance video.
I'm just tired of it. Like, F off.
Underrated Vibe says, you always make false promises about making changes and never actually do it. You guys should be used to that by now. This is what Chantal is known for. She is the P.T. Barnum of YouTube. You guys know who P.T. Barnum is, right? Like P.T. Barnum Circus? Ringling Barnum and Bailey Circus? PT Barnum says there's a sucker born every minute. That's the way she feels. And she's looking for the suckers in the audience. She's looking for the gullible. She's looking for the weak, those easily brainwashed. She's looking for y'all. She is searching for you to make you part of her little hug box, to give her money, to watch her videos.
Okay, so name something then.
Okay, so Minnie says, one day you want these people to hold you accountable. The next day you're beaching about it. Right. Like she flip-flops. She doesn't even come online and say, you know, guys, I know I said to hold me accountable, but honestly, I don't want to be held accountable. So don't hold me accountable. Because if you hold me accountable, I'm just going to get mad. Like she takes out her rage on people. She tells them to hold her accountable when they do. Then she just gets mad when they do.
Then Vanessa, don't just sit there looking like an asshole.
Ooh!
Name something I lied about. That means anything. Not pretending he paid for the meal. Who cares? It's so fucking stupid. Something, you know, that's not a lie. Saying no more of this, no more of that, it's not a lie. If you at the time.
Chantal, how many lies did you tell during Crackhead Olympics? All the times that you told the people in your chat, your old school Beezers, oh, I'm not seeing Natter. I'm done with him. He's such a scumbag, blah, blah, blah. And then you would get busted going to hang out with him. You were sneaking off to go see Natter. Sneaking off with him to sleazy motel and hotel rooms. You got caught doing his thumbnails for his videos because it was obviously your work. People could just look at it and tell you did it. You're still filming his videos. Even when he moved to Montreal, you were taking the long trips there from Ottawa to Montreal. You're going there. You lied about a great many things, ma'am. A great many things. And it's so beneath you to tell the truth. I don't know why. I don't know why you look at telling the truth as a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing to lie. You got it backwards. It's bad to lie, but it's not bad to tell the truth. But you seem to think the other way.
I have the intention of doing something and then you can't follow through on it.
Then say so. Then tell people, look, I wanted to do this, but I just don't have the willpower right now. No, you don't ever say that. You tell people, hold me accountable. And then something happens, and then you don't come back and say, guys, I wanted to do this. I said I was going to do it, but I can't do it. So don't hold me accountable. No, you get defensive with people and rude.
Because you have issues with it or whatever. So I guess every single time, so I guess you're a lying bitch too then, right, Angie baby? Because you look fat too.
Woo!
So I'm sure that there was a time.
Chantal, you're so juvenile. You get mad, and the first thing you do is go for people's weight, and you go for people's looks. And yet, when somebody on a reaction channel even mentions how you look or your weight, you have a conniption fit. You have a hissy fit. You throw a temper tantrum, saying they're fat shaming me, they're fat bullying me. Yet, what are you doing right now? The first place you go is a person's looks and their weight, but yet nobody can do it to you. You want to give yourself all the room in the world to be a bully, to be mean, but nobody can be mean to you, even though you deserve it. You deserve the mean because you put the football in play on the football field and kick it. You kick it to the other side and say, let's do this. Let's go. Let's play a game. Well, you kick the football to girl world. We're going to throw it right back. But you don't like that. You don't want us throwing it back. You think you could just run right through us and make a touchdown. Ain't going to happen. We won't let you.
In your life where you were like, I think I'm going to diet today. And then for whatever reason, you went back to burgers. Does that make you a liar?
Chantal, the fact that you did a whole bunch of fast food funerals back to back as a reason to continue having B moments, acting as if you were going to stop at some point, and then you turned around and had a fast food resurrection, told me everything I needed to know. That you had no intention of quitting. You never did. You were just trying to find sneaky ways to have B moments and not have your chatters calling you out. Well, they're calling you out right now because I think they're about fed up with the boring food content. They are fed up of you coming online, complaining about your bad health and making excuses about why you can't do things, why you can't go out and do something interesting after promising you will do something interesting. They're tired of you being tired. They're tired of being bored. They're tired of being lied to. They're tired of the empty promises, and they're probably tired of being ripped off and scammed. They're tired of it all. So if some of them end up on a reaction channel or two, can you really blame them? Can you really get mad if that happens? Because what are you doing to keep them entertained on your channel? Nothing. Nothing at all. You can't get mad if they're going elsewhere for entertainment because you're not giving it up.
So get the fuck out of my chat.
Yeah, go. You know what? Anybody on her side, if she tells you that, just go. She's blessing you. If she kicks you out of the chat, if she blocks you, she's doing you a favor. Honestly, what are you sticking around for? What are you paying the membership for? Really? Like what? Tell me. What's the $5 all about? Is she trying to entertain you? Is she coming on camera ready to work with all kinds of energy, at least for a couple of hours, so she can talk to you without yawning a million miles a minute and the CPAP lines on her face? What is she doing that she's projecting the energy of, I care about you guys and I want to give it my best on my channel, and I appreciate the freedoms that you give me that maybe you yourselves don't have because you're going out and you're working a 9-to-5 job and you've got responsibilities and you got to battle 5 o'clock traffic and 8 o'clock traffic every day. And you don't have much time in your day, but because of you, I've got freedom and I'm getting money and I can live the way that I want. And I should be more appreciative, but I'm not. I am totally taking this life of freedom and privilege for granted because you guys are allowing me to. I'm an entitled brat who isn't thankful for anything because all this stuff is given to me. I don't really have to earn any of it. Hold her feet to the fire, Beezers, if you want better content. You have more power than you know. You're the reason why she gets money off of YouTube. Do you understand? She's depending on the super chats and super stickers and memberships and views and all that, but without you, how can any of that happen? If she's acting like an entitled brat, hold her feet to the fire in a sense and say, hey, like, unless you give us something to watch, we ain't watching it. Unless you give us a reason to give them super chats and buy the memberships, we ain't gonna. Give us something worth paying for. Give us something worth watching, and then we will. Work a little bit. You got more freedom than all of us over here. You can do what you want. Making an hour live or a 15-minute video ain't much to ask for a life of freedom, so get to it. You know, like, take the power back. You'll get better content that way.
Seriously. Every single person. I didn't lie about time. Okay. So these are lies that I do on purpose because you don't.
So she's confessing that she lies.
I don't owe you that information. So if I have to protect myself and my privacy, yeah, I'm gonna lie to you about that. Whatever. And it's technically
okay. Writing Nerdy says you just. I just got that name, Writing Nerdy. That's great. Writing Nerdy says you just admitted like a day or two ago that you were lying about Salah coming to Thailand. Again, like, why do y'all think we say rule number one, Chantal lies? There's a reason why we came up with that. There's a reason why Girl World says that, because she lies so much. If she didn't, we wouldn't say that.
Technically not a lie. I said he had an emergency, something came up, and he had to stay behind. I didn't specify what it was. I'm very vague on purpose.
Minnie said a perfume emergency. Yeah, it was a perfume emergency. Something stinks. I must stay behind for 6 weeks to fix it, Chantal. It was a perfume emergency. It couldn't wait till I got back from Thailand. Like, the perfume business was in trouble. I had to stay behind.
I'm vague on purpose. But that's not a lie. You still can't come up with something that I lied about, especially not things recent. Like, you guys stay obsessed over stupid shit from the past. Get a life.
Okay, Just Let Me Be says, but you're saying, what did I lie about? And when people name stuff, you don't accept it. Of course not. She's deflecting. She's deflecting. She doesn't want to deal with it. Chantal is not about accountability. She will never say, she never apologizes. She never says, I'm sorry. She never says, I'm wrong. Like, I am wrong and I'm sorry I'm wrong and I told a lie. There's no accountability here, Beezers. In Chantal's world, being wrong is the worst thing. She can't admit when she's made a bad choice or she's made a mistake. That is like the ultimate worst with Chantal. She's always got to be right. Even when she's wrong, she's got to be right. Writing Nerdy says, now you claim he was working on a family visa or some bull crap. See, I told you the chat is giving it to her today.
How about that? No, they're not naming lies. Saying you're going to diet and then you don't, I guess everyone's a fucking liar then. Right? Yabba too calls out my lies about eating. Well, then, bitch, you're a liar too, because you saying that you're going to, like, I'm sure at one point, whenever you said, I'm going to cam up when I lose my weight, just watch. Huh. Well, you haven't lost the weight. So I'm sure at one point you had to say to yourself, well, I'm going to diet today. And then you don't. You go back to burgers. So I guess you're a liar too then. You know what lying is? Deceiving someone on purpose.
And you're guilty of doing that all the time. You did it with collecting donations for cat food. You lied and said you only got $30 when clearly you got more because one person posted in the chat they sent you $30. So it's much more than 30. You spent about $10 on cat food and the rest went for food for you that you used to buy food for a mukbang, which you then turned around and put the mukbang video on YouTube to make money. So you used other people's money to make money that way. And then you made money again off other people's money with the cat donations by doing lives, showing yourself feeding the cats with the cat food that other people purchased for you. So you were triple dipping, actually more than triple. You got money, food for yourself, food for mukbangs, for monetized videos, cat food for lives that you did, making it seem like you care about cats so much when in actuality, it was your viewers that bought the cat food. You probably kept some of that money in pocket for other things. And some of the cat food went for feeding your own cat because you couldn't be bothered to buy cat food for your own pet. Like that money donated covered a bunch of bases. So it wasn't just for cat food. It was for a lot of other things. You used other people's money to make money in a variety of different ways, which I'm sorry, I think that's very dishonest and very foul.
So whenever I say I'm going to do this today, I have the intention of doing that. But
well, your intention don't mean much because we know about your intention.
Can't follow through. Oh, sorry, that makes me a horrible person. Whatever.
No, that doesn't make you a horrible person. A lot of things make you a horrible person. The way you talk, the way you're talking to people right now, you're being very defensive with your Beezers. Instead of being calm and explaining things, you're getting mad, you're getting defensive, you're getting rude, you're calling people names, you're calling people the R word, you're cursing people out. I mean, this is why people don't like you. Has nothing to do with your weight. It's the person you are inside. You're an ugly person inside, Chantal. You're a hateful woman.
I'm not saying I've never lied, but like whenever you're a public figure, yeah, page 5 exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you. Whenever you're a public figure and people are all up in your business and you want to keep things,
ma'am, you're not a public figure. You're on YouTube. Yes. You have a channel. Yes. You do content. True. People react to you. Also true. But you're not a public figure. Mama, you're not a celebrity. You're not a politician. You are just someone on YouTube. You are not the big deal that you think you are. You need to really get that out of your head and, like shrink down that massive ego that you have. It is so large, you can't even fit it through a doorway. You need to really just bring it on down to a sizable level. It's way overblown. It's just too much. You're not a public. How could you be a public figure when you hardly go out in public and you don't want the public seeing you? Like the other day at McDonald's, the military was around and you were scared about them being around and you want to get the heck out of there. You're afraid to be out. You don't even want the cops to see you. Public figure where?
To yourself, you have to try to find ways to keep your privacy, So that's why I was very vague about Thailand, for example. I'm actually pretty freaking honest about my life.
No, you're not. No, you're not. There's the real you, and then there's the fantasy YouTube you. And in the foodie beauty world, everything foodie beauty does has to be better than everybody else. Has to be. If we're living in a house, you have to be in a mansion. If we're making a certain amount of money, you have to make more. You want to feel like you're above everyone, that you have more than everyone. You want to be able to look down your nose at people and say, where's your happy life? Where's your husband? You want to feel superior to people, Chantal. You want to feel like a princess in a tower looking down on all the peasants below. You're not the semi-goddess that you think you are. You're not immortal. You are very much mortal. You need to come back down to earth Get grounded, get real. Stop living with your head in the clouds, thinking that this life that you're putting on YouTube is real. It ain't real. This story arc that you created over almost 3 years ago is real. It's not real. We all know it ain't real. You trying to sell this story arc like it's your real life, and it's not. Salah is not really your husband. He doesn't love you. He doesn't want to be near you. The man is exhausted. He wants away from you. He is done. You have worn him out with who you are, with your overbearing, dominant, tyrannical addiction and the way you handle it. You are a selfish, self-centered, self-absorbed, evil, vile person. You suck the life out of every living thing that comes near you, whether it's a person or an animal. Anybody gets near you, within no time at all, they have the same look in the eye of like they have no soul because you took it from them. They have no life. They don't smile anymore. They look tired. They look haggard. That's how Salah looks right now. He looks like a very worn down to the nub kind of man. You did that. That is what you do to people. You seem to derive pleasure from that. I don't know. You just get off on making other people miserable and not enjoy their lives and prevent them from any kind of joy they might have in life. You take it from them because misery loves company. If you're miserable, then other people got to be miserable with you. No one is allowed to be happy around Chantal, ever. And you wonder why people run away from you. Angry people always end up alone for a reason. Anger is exhausting. It's exhausting for the person who has the anger. It's even more exhausting for the people around that angry person. And everybody has their limit, Chantal. Everybody. Everybody has their tolerance level. Some people have a greater, higher limit than others, but everybody's got one. And once you've reached that line, they can go no further. They got to step away. And I feel Salah, he's going to do that with you. He's going to step away if he hasn't already. He's done. He can't take it anymore. He can't take you anymore. You've worn him out. You've aged him. He's so through with all of this. So just stop effing around and come home. Just come home. What is the point of being there? I ask you. It's not like you're making a tremendous amount of money in Kuwait. It's not like you're doing anything in Kuwait that you can't do back home. Like, you can come home and be happier. Get your own place or rent a motel room by the week or something and bees and do what you want to do. What's the point of being in Kuwait? Just come back home. This Kuwait thing makes no more sense. It really doesn't. If you're doing it out of spite to spite girl world, this is stupid. It's really, really dumb. You want to bees, do it in Canada.
What do other people say I'm lying about? The biggest thing that people accuse me of lying about is my weight.
You do lie about that. You do. Don't argue with me because you know I'm right. You do. You were almost 400 pounds back in 2017, 2018. In your BB days, your last true weigh-in, your honest weigh-in, was 377 pounds. That was then. And you looked a lot different then. Now, I will take into account that while you were with Natter, when you were on the party powder, the Coca-Cola, you did lose some weight. And I could tell that was real. I could tell by your face. You saw more of the cheekbones. Your ears won't press the side of your head. You could tell you were losing weight, although you were losing weight in a very dangerous, stupid way using the Coca-Cola. But you could still see it. And then you gain that weight back and then some. So you were almost at 400 pounds. You've been in Kuwait. You've gained at least 100 pounds, Chantal. You are in the 500s. And I've said this in another react, and I'll say it again. Tell you what, if you go to a hospital, a real hospital, and if you get on a true bariatric scale, one that can go up to, say, 800 pounds, and you stood on it, and it's a scale that you can't mess around with, you can't tamper with, and if you are, say, 350 pounds, 360, I'll apologize. I'm a woman of my word. I will say, I was wrong. Chantal was right. But when you get on that scale, somebody else has got to be holding the phone. I want to see both your feet on the scale to make sure that you aren't leaning to the side or taking one foot off or putting your fupa up on the scale to where like part of the weight isn't registered. No. I want to see somebody else holding your phone, looking directly at you, that before you step on the scale that it's at 0, then you get on the scale, somebody else holds the phone so that you're not cheating, and then we look at the number after. I guarantee you it's over 500 pounds. You know it is. There's no way that you could have been that close to 400 pounds back in 2018. And looking at you now, you put on at least 100, 150, which would put you about 550. And that's why you're having so many problems. You're 400 pounds overweight. You are lying about your weight.
When I'm not lying about that. I've
You
weighed
are.
myself a million times.
No, you've done some dishonest weigh-ins. Messing around with the bathroom scale, like the scale at the doctor's office. Like the numbers kept jumping around, like your foot was taken off the scale. They were very dishonest.
A million times. In different countries, at the doctor's office, and people say I'm still lying. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for the super stick.
You know what? Since she said that, hold on. One moment, please. Okay, she wants to play that game. She wants to straight up lie to you, Beezers, and everybody else and make it seem like we're crazy. Chantal, this is Girl World. We got receipts all day long. There are way too many React channels, clip channels, archive channels with stuff of you dating back to 2017, 2018. You guys want some proof? I got it. I'm going to throw it on up, you know. So I've shown this before, but for those who didn't see the video, this is courtesy of the channel. Is it BIKKIESS? You guys can see the date. Like a full disclosure here. Full disclosure. This was done 6 years ago. Weigh-in and vlog, May 2017, right? This was back, I believe, when she was with BB. Let me just go ahead and play the clip. All right, there she is. I'm going to blow it on up. 365 pounds. There was another one where she was 377. And you can see her feet clearly on the scale. In the weigh-ins that Chantal does, we don't see her with her feet on the scale. She always shows the scale like this is what it happened. She shows like the scale after she gets off the scale. But she never shows herself getting on it. But here's an honest, true weigh-in from Chantal, 365.4. There's a number. All right, and she's got, all right, let's turn off the music. 365.4. So she was about 35 pounds away from 400. All right, and she's starting her vlog.
Talk about weather matching on myself.
And this is how Chantal looked. May 2017. Look at her face. I mean, pictures don't lie. Doesn't her face look different? Yes, I know she was a little bit younger back then. This was a while ago. But still, look at the shape of her face. Look at it. Like her cheeks weren't as full and puffy. There was a little bit of swelling on this side, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't really noticeable. But this was back on her in 2017.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. 4 pounds or like almost 5 pounds or whatever. I was 369 point something, and I'm 365 point something. So like 4 pounds. Let's call it 4 pounds. In 2 weeks. Like, I want to cry like really bad right now because it should be more than that. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
This was back at a time when Foodie cared a little bit about her weight. She was with BB, and this was during the time period where Chantal Marie was still around. And Foodie Beauty, the YouTube persona, hadn't taken completely over. And Foodie Beauty is a persona that is attached to the addictions. Like there was a Chantal Marie a long time ago, but the Chantal Marie melted away into the YouTube persona. Like Chantal just let go of her real self in favor of the persona and the attention that the persona got her. She just lost herself and she lost the plot. But look how different she looks here. Just look. What a difference. What an absolute difference. Like, who is like, look at her hands, different.
You know, summertime, because
look how much smaller her hands look.
This summertime, I promised myself I was going to make it count. Like, I am going to lose weight. I've been keeping up with that.
Are you paying attention, Beezers? She did this vlog back in May 2017. So she was making promises to her viewers about, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get healthier, all the way back then. This is part of the Chantal cycle. And it's not about her really, truly trying and fighting for her health. It's about using the possibility of good health as a manipulation tactic to keep her viewers hanging on, hoping that she actually does give a crap at some point and does what she promises. Manipulating people with her own bad health and her health issues and her food issues. She wants people to be concerned for her. She wants people to be worried for her and send her comments for engagement on YouTube and send her money in super chats. At the same time, she's catering to the feedies hardcore. She doesn't care about her health. She cares more about satisfying all of her addictions than she does for her health. And I think it's about time that those of you that might be Beezers, that might wander your way on over here, y'all need to wake up and realize that if you got any hope for Chantal, you're wasting it. You're truly wasting it, because it's not worth spending it on her if she doesn't have the hope for herself first, if she's not fighting the good fight, if she's not ready to fight, if she doesn't want to fight. You're wasting your energy fighting for her. You're wasting your energy hoping for her. She's got to have the fight in herself, and she's got to have the hope for herself in order for any changes to be made. She's over there straddling the fence, acting like she cares about her health when she doesn't. At the same time, doing this ridiculous mukbang content, feedie content, catering to the feedies. How can you care about your health and cater to the feedie people at the same time? Come on. I mean, for real. Seriously? Seriously? Yeah, this was Chantal back in the day, going out doing things. That person is long gone. Now she's reached a size that she doesn't want to be seen out in public, and yet she calls herself a public figure. Okay, sure. So that's courtesy of the channel BIKKIESS, which I will leave a link for down below in the description. I just want to show that to you guys real quick. But you guys saw how she looked then. So you guys going to tell me that's the same person now? It's not.
Stickers. Like, what? No, I don't think so. I'm lying about being married. No.
Yes, you are. Oh, wait. In Chantal's world, it's not a lie if she's saying that it's a YouTube marriage, because a YouTube marriage can be fake. You know, always look for the fine print when it comes to things that Chantal says. You got to look at the fine print with a microscope. They could be married for YouTube as part of a story arc, as part of a storyline, but real marriage, nah.
Hey, Pajami. And I'm sorry if you're offended by the R word, but when I'm angry, some people blurt out really nasty words. For me, mine is the R word when I'm angry.
So that just makes it acceptable. That makes it okay. It's not okay. It's you can't use people making you angry as an excuse to use that word, as a reason to use that word. If you know it's a wrong word, I don't care if you're angry or not, you shouldn't be using it, Chantal. Don't sit there and point the finger and blame shift onto people making you mad as a pass to use that word. We're not going to accept that.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even see what she said. Bailey, welcome to Very Important Beezers Recipes. I have 2 sets of scales. What? Who? See what I mean? Hey, Saints. Thank you, Saints.
Lip Cross says rewriting Salah's indiscretion and pretending it didn't happen is not productive, though. No, it ain't. Locals and Wafus says, imagine someone in your family was the R word. That's not cool. No, it's not cool. It's definitely not.
Saints, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Pine Can Apple 2 says that's no one's fault but your own. Being angry doesn't give you the right to say slurs. No, it doesn't.
Thank you. You have 2 scales? I mean, I've weighed myself where? Okay. Number 1, this is not the Villa scale, okay? The one that you claim is broken, that's not the Villa scale.
You mean the one that you cracked? Yeah, I remember that happening. She stood on the scale, and because she was way overweight for the scale, it cracked. She broke the scale because she was too heavy. But we all remember when she was in Kuwait, and he basically exposed Chantal. He's basically told everybody that scale was about 70 pounds pulled back from the original weight. He weighed himself, and it was 70 pounds under. So all that time that she was doing weigh-ins at the Canadian Villa, she was lying about her weight. She was actually 70 pounds heavier.
My weight has been the same pretty much consistently at the doctor's.
That's because you got on a scale, the doctors were out of the room, and you had your hand up against the cabinet, and probably taking your foot off the scale. And as far as the scale in the street in Thailand, you literally put your fupa up on the scale so it wouldn't register. And the numbers kept jumping around. Like, your weigh-ins are not honest.
Here several times. Thailand. I've been on many scales, okay? Pay no attention to the traveling crap. You deserve privacy, especially where you are and when. Get anything good. Thank you, Kimikaze. Well, apparently I didn't get anything good at the store. The thing is I'm never going to be able to make everyone happy with what I eat, okay?
Well, then stop doing the stupid grocery hauls and stop doing the mukbangs. If you get triggered of people commenting on what you eat or what food you purchase, don't show it to us. Don't do mukbangs anymore. Don't bring your groceries in front of us. I'm sorry. I think the hauls are stupid. It's nonsense. It's lazy nonsense. It's a ridiculous, boring version of show and tell. People go buy groceries every day. Do they make videos of their grocery hauls? No. You just go to the store, you buy the food, you bring it home, you put it up, done. But you don't make an entire video out of it. No, that's you. Because you feel like everybody should know what foods you're buying and everybody should know everything that goes into your mouth. No, they don't have to know. You're not that important. You're not that special.
Like, everyone has an opinion. There's people who are on carnivore watching this, for example, who think that I should only be eating steak and butter. Okay. Will you address Diapergate? No, I don't agree. This is the thing. I'm not going to address 5-year-old stupid R-word bullshit. All right. Thank you. Like, what the fuck?
Of course, you're not going to address it because it was obvious that you lied. Listen, Chantal, if something's going on with your body, that you've got some nerve damage down below and you're losing control of your bowels, should you wear, special diaper type pull-up pants? Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Do I think that you're out of control eating is contributing to that? Absolutely. That and the fact you have no gallbladder and you're drinking coffee, which is like a laxative. Like, you are setting yourself on that path where you have to camp out next to the bathroom. If you need to wear those things, then you need to wear them. Okay, you gotta wear them. You just have to. But I saw what I saw, and what I saw did not look like a nightgown. It did not look like a pair of granny panties. The material in the back looked like it was really padded and really thick. I saw what I saw. It wasn't a white pair of panties. They're like a dark light blue. They look plasticky. I saw what I saw. And I honestly think you wanted to show that off to the camera. You were flashing that at somebody for a purpose. You made sure the camera got that shot before you stood up.
Of course, you're going to bring up the homeless guy. The one thing. Okay, yes, that was a lie. Do you have anything recently? I did help him, but not in the way I said it. Do you have anything recent, right and nerdy, that matters? Like a big egregious lie or a big lie that impacts your life or whatever? Like what? The Thailand thing? It wasn't really, like I just said, I was very vague, And he did have to stay back to take care of whatever, So it wasn't really a lie. I mean, I think failing on a diet doesn't make you a fucking liar. Doesn't make you an immoral person either. Like people like to say. Well, it's because she lies to her audience about dieting and then blah, blah, blah. Like, it affects your life. Like, big deal. I'm not following through on a diet. Okay? doesn't make you an immoral person.
Time's Up says you collected money for homeless cats. There it is. I never lie. I don't use you, Beezers. I'm not scamming you at the same time she's scamming you. There it is. You collected money for homeless cats. And the money wasn't just for the cats and the cat food. It was for you and for you to make videos and lives, for you to make money off of using other people's money. Scumbag.
Discombobulated. I know it's hard, but please don't give these degenerate fools content. They love when you're mad. The Beezers love you. Thank you, Discombobulated. I appreciate you. You collected money for homeless cats. Yeah, and I've been feeding the homeless cats. What's your
Silversa, you said you booked 2 tickets, one for Salah. That was a lie.
point? Like, I don't know.
And Lipcross says, but it damages your credibility. You get that, right? And I don't think she gets it, Lipcross. I don't think she understands the importance of trust and credibility and reputation. Like when you're an honest person, when you're a good person, people trust your word. They believe what you say. When you start lying, when you start doing wrong, the value of your word starts going down little by little until it's worth nothing. And when it's worth nothing, no matter what you say, nobody's going to take it as anything valuable anymore. And that's where she's at. She's not only bankrupt as far as, say, money, she's bankrupt on credibility and trust. People don't trust her. She's got a bad reputation. Even her own Beezers don't trust her. They put no stock in the things she says. They put no stock in the promises she makes because she's given them nothing to believe in. She's given them nothing to invest in. They have no faith. They have no hope. They have no nothing. All because of what she's done and the way she's treated them.
I guess I should reiterate. Okay, the things that people accuse me of lying about, no. You know? Are you saying that, okay, anyone who's never told a lie in their life, put a 1 in the chat.
Oh, do you see what's going on here? Do you see what's going on here? This is what she's doing. She's lied a lot. So she's trying to make it seem less bad by pointing a finger at everybody and saying, well, haven't you guys lied too? I'm a big old liar, but haven't you lied too? To take the weight of accountability off of her. Like Deflection, she's lied a lot and she knows it. So let's just deflect and let's talk about you guys and whatever things that you've done. Let's talk about it.
Never. And be honest. I'm asking liars to say the honest truth, but
Stokely Sid says, Chantal, I heard you use the donated money to feed Julie as well. Yeah, she did that too. The cat that she claims she loves so much can't be bothered to spend $5 on a bag of cat food and another few bucks on some cans of moist food. No, she's going to make her own Beezers pay for that pet that she swears she loves so much.
why is she feeding them? Yeah, I know. I'm just tired and I'm in a bad mood, I guess. Training the cats to steal Lulus. Right, Karoni? We all.
Yeah, about the Lulu man. You accused the Lulu man of stealing from you. You said he took too much money. You lied on the Lulu man. You lie about anybody.
All fail at diets. It's so stupid. They put me on this moral pedestal when they're all degenerate.
No. No, ma'am. No. you come on the internet and you tell people repeatedly, I'm going to get healthy and I'm going to do whatever diet or I'm going to do whatever to get healthy. You put that out there. You decide to make that into content. Put that in front of your Beezers. Put that in front of Girl World. We're not over here screaming, Chantal, you must go on a diet. We're forcing you to go on a diet. We can't force you to do anything. No, you're the idiot that comes online talking about different diets and unicity and mountain garlic and sea moss and all this other nonsense. You know, throwing your Beezers who want to get healthy a scrap of hope and then just as quickly taking it away by doing the mukbangs. That's you. You do that. You introduce the diet thing and the healthy thing to everybody. At the same time, you're not committed to it.
It's like, hey, Wajiha, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You live your life once. For you, not anyone else. At the end of the day, we go to the grave alone, not in Gore World. Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe I've been to different doctors, Josh, and they've told me different things. I had one really tell me I could eat rice. I've been to another dietitian in Canada. Don't eat any rice.
Time's Up says, we see the look in Salah's eyes. Email, we remember. Yeah, the look that Salah has in his eyes right now is the same look that Bibi had in his eyes when it was over with Chantal. It was the same look that Pete's had in his eyes when he lived with Chantal. They all get that life sucked out of you look in the eyes, like you are just dead inside, like you are just done. Salah's got it now.
Like, you know, like what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm a little confused. But look in Salah's eyes. He hasn't even been on camera.
You guys did the members only live and he showed his face. And I think we can all agree that if we take pictures of Salah from when the two of you first got together in your bromance business relationship type deal, how his eyes looked then compared to how they look now and his appearance now, he's aged a lot in the last few years. He looks so tired. He looks so spent, like he has just been put through the ringer. And I blame a lot of that on him because he's had multiple opportunities to walk away from this thing. Every time she went home to Canada, when she went to Thailand, he could have cut this off. He could have packed up the apartment and the pets, canceled the lease, disappeared into the night. What could she have done? Nothing. But he stuck around. He chose to stay because he was greedy and stupid. And he was afraid that the moment that he hopped off the Chantal train, that's when she would start making money and he would miss out. His own greed and stupidity trapped him. So a lot of the pain and suffering that he has endured has been his own doggone fault. He had two legs. He could have walked away when he wanted to when the window was open. But every time it was open, it didn't stay open for very long, and he didn't take advantage. So here we are. Now he's at a point where he is done. And he wants you to walk away, Chantal. He's done. He's through. You've worn that man out. Just like you wore out Bibi. You wore out Pete's. You wear out everybody. You've worn out your family. You wore out your pets. You wear everyone and everything out. And the worst part is you don't see it, or if you do, you don't care. You as the addict, you just don't get it. You just don't understand. All you know is your perspective, your point of view of I feel what I feel. I see what I see, but you can't see and feel what other people around you are going through. You can't feel the pain of your family when they look at you, the embarrassment, the humiliation of them knowing what you do and how you do it and how it embarrasses the crap out of them. You can't feel Pete's pain, the pain that he felt when you cheated on him and left him in debt and treated him like a doormat. You couldn't feel BB's pain when you cheated on him. You couldn't feel the pain of the pets that you abused and you neglected. You can only feel your pain, but you never consider what your addictions and your being consumed by them does to other people. The circle of damage goes beyond you, and it will continue to do so as long as you let the addictions control your life and tell you what to do.
What the hell are you talking about? Okay, I guess he hates me, whatever. So what? How does that affect your life if he hated me? Even if that was true. What kicks do you get out of that? Even if he did hate me, you think I'm going to waste energy? You think I'm going to like give a shit and cry over spilled milk? And be like, oh no.
You know, I'm just going to say my thoughts. This is just my opinion. You know what I think, Chantal? I think maybe a reason why you haven't let go of Salah is because you know he's the last one. He's the last sucker, the last fly that you can lure into your web of lies. That after him, there is no more. Because where are you now? You're in a position where your health is extremely poor. I don't think there's any person out there they want to willingly sign on to take care of a 500 plus pound woman that is really close to being bedbound. And if that person becomes bedbound, then their whole life is over. They have to spend it taking care of somebody who is bedbound and is going to be a tantrum filled, bratty burden. You don't have the money you used to lure men into your web. He's the last one. After him, you're going to be alone. You might have Pete's. Pete's loves you to death. Like he loves you so much. Even now, he cares about you. You guys have a weird hate relationship. Like he loves you, he hates you. He hates what you did to him. You never apologize for what you did. You never apologize truly from the heart the wrongs you did to him, but he cares about you. So I think he'd be there for you, but even Pete couldn't take care of you the way you need to be taken care of if you became bedbound. But all this running around, looking for the younger men who are attractive, after Salah, it's all over. You're hanging on to Salah for ego, to stroke your ego. Because after him, there is no more. You don't have the game to throw around like you used to, and you know it. You don't have the money either to make up for the lack of game.
Same thing with him. If we ever like, there's, anyways. You guys act like everything is the end of the world.
Oh boy, here we go. Life with Ron, aka Sofa King. He says, we have seen what the haters look like. Just let them hate. That's all they have in life. They spend 2 hours watching you, then another 2 hours reacting to what they just watched, then hours on Twitter and in other reactors. Life with Ron, sir, can we talk, sir? Reactions require commentary. We have to make them transformative. If we're reacting to a video, we have to know what we're talking about. Therefore, we have to watch it, right? Right. We can't react without knowing what's going on. Yeah, we're on Twitter too. That's true. But you, sir, can we talk about you for a minute? You over there like lurching around in other people's chats, giving super chats to people that don't like Chantal. You'll buy her memberships for her. You'll send her a super chat. And then you will run on over to people like, oh, Lordy, it's Shorty snaking around in there. So you need to make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? You need to make up your mind. I'm not saying I can control what you do, sir, but you're a hypocrite. You saying things like that is it's very hypocritical. It is. You're criticizing us at the same time you're running over to say, oh Lordy, it's Jordy, and giving him money. A lot of money. Although I think there were ill intentions with that. It was to cause confusion in girl world and discord, and we ain't putting up with that. We're not putting up with that at all. So attempt failed. Absolutely failed. You talk about us live with Ron, what the heck are you doing? You're in Chantal's chat. You're in the other people's chat. You're lurking around. You're spying around. You're on Twitter with your little sock accounts, I bet. So how much time to Girl World do you give? And for what purpose? You got ill intentions, sir.
Life with Ron. We have seen what the haters look like. Just let them hate. That's all they have in life. They spend 2 hours watching you, then another 2 hours reacting to what they just watched, then hours on Twitter and with other reactors. Ron, it's true. Thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate you. Yes, Ron has some sense. And that's why, I know that's why Yaba can't stand you, because you speak truth. You know, it's like, thank you so much. That's a lot of.
There we go. And he's getting called out in chat. And I love this. I love this. So Wahia says, life with Ron is a snake. He gave Jordy lots of coins. You just had to open up your mouth. You had to be a big shot, didn't you? Oh, your friends were so knocked out. Billy Joel, you being a big shot and opening your mouth. People calling you out in chat, and I'm loving this.
Time to spend on somebody and wondering if they wear diapers. Like, what? All of these weird.
Ooh. Villa Kitchen Chair Flake says, wasn't Ron gifting Jordy? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Hating on the reactors, at the same time giving them money. How do you feel about that, Chantal? Would you like to comment? Would you like to comment to him about him doing that? You don't take offense to him giving money to the reactors? No? No? Weird.
Things are.
You got a problem with some of your Beezers popping up in other people's chats that you don't like, but here's one of your big tipper whales. People in your chat are telling you he's gone over to old Lordy, it's Shorty. Not a word? Not one? No? Strange. Very strange.
Or news to me, but that's just kind of funny. I got to admit, I don't know. I probably should wear a diaper. Don't feed into it. Just compopulate it. I know. Okay, after today. Some of the comments on here today sound like Winifred.
Ooh, Villa Kitchen Chair Flake says, Ron, it's okay, babe. Just come out and say you slither in the grass. Oh, yeah, he does.
No, I don't mean he's simply spilled milk. I mean any situation in life. I'm not going to let anything ruin my life. I've actually learned in life. That's one lesson, that bad shit happens, and you have to learn how to deal with it, and you have to learn from it and move on. And you probably have to repeat it until, Billy, I miss Salah in your vlogs. Thank you, Billy. We're going to get back to some eventually. Here, Queenie Draw. Thank you, Ray. Shut up, Martian. Get out of here. Sit and spin.
Minnie says her views go up when she's addressing the trauma. Let her rage. Yeah, let her rage. Let her give us some interesting content, doggone it. We're tired of the mukbangs and the stupid, boring grocery hauls. Don't ruin our fun over here. Y'all shut up over there telling her not to rage.
Pro Max underwear. You should have had some. My nickname for him will always be Nutcracker Head.
More tea. Internet Kid says that's why Jordy banned Ron. He's a snake gifting other reactors and kissing up here. Yep. And I love that. I love that. Oh Lordy, it's Jordy banned him. Well done, sir. Well done. Applause, applause, applause to Oh Lordy, it's Jordy for banning Ron. Applause. Yeah, Jordy saw that he was a snake in the grass. And Jordy said, I'm not having that here, sir. You can take your money and go somewhere else.
I'm not gonna lie, when I'm bored I deep dive, but nobody needs to know how lame I am. I ain't showing it online. Right? I don't know. Page 5. She wears diapers? What? My husband is happy. Who are you to determine his happiness? Like, what? Thank you, Seeking Peace. I'm not talking about what Salah thinks about my diet anymore or what this and that, okay? A Ramadan decoration vlog? I don't think I'm going to decorate this year.
It might be because she won't be there around Ramadan. She might be coming home right about the time of her birthday. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But the feeling that I'm getting from all this, y'all, especially with the readings I did, they're done. They are done. He might put an appearance here and there if she demands it, but he's through. Look, he's not even in the chat. He's not even like modding her chat. That's very telling.
I just don't care about anything this year. There's more to life for people to worry about rather than keeping a diary about what you ate. But what you hit, this is the thing. When they don't have Crackhead Olympics and they have nothing because they have no content other than my content and because they have no personality and they're dumb and they can't come up with their own content, this is what they have to do. They have to scrutinize my diet when they're fat as fuck themselves.
Ma'am, I was there during Crackhead Olympics. Okay, I cut my teeth with reacting during that time. It was brutal. I hated it. I really hated it trying to keep up with you. It was so painful. Here's a little fact that you and maybe quite a few did not know, and it's a true fact. Did you and everybody else know? And this actually happened because of you just being constantly online, like literally for 12 hours at a time. I lost 20 pounds because of you, Chantal. I did. I lost 20 pounds reacting to you. I lost weight. At the same time you were eating a bunch of food, I lost weight. I would get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and check YouTube, and you've already done two lives. So I would have to react to those lives and upload those lives. By the time that's done, there's 2 more. Do those 2, here come another 2. And it would go on and on like that until, like, say, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Just struggling for time to have a meal. But it was wild trying to keep up with you because you were on the party powder. Like you kept yourself topped up in that regard. Like you have more energy than I did because I'm sober. But we were all tired. All the reactors were tired. We were all grumpy. It's like we can't do nothing because you weren't taking a break. But that is when you made the most money because you just would not get offline. And that's not even counting the late night dirty delete lives that you would do that, if we were lucky, we might catch one. But if not, we had to go run around and look for a copy the next morning somewhere with somebody and react to that. You were constantly playing chase with us. But Crack at Olympics was just, it was off the chain. It was unpredictable. We didn't know what you were going to do. We didn't know where you were going to end up. Well, you're going to be alone in your room. You're going to be with Natter. We didn't know. The unpredictability, just the madness of it all is why people tuned in. And the wheels kept turning in your mind about what can I do to shock people? How can I keep people on edge? I got to keep upping the ante on myself. I got to keep raising the bar. And you kept raising it faster and faster and faster and faster until you hit the ceiling. You did every shocking thing you could think of. You said every shocking thing you could think of. You couldn't go any further. You hit the ceiling with it all. But that's what made Crack at Olympics so wild. The unpredictability. People tuned in for the unpredictable. It wasn't monotonous. It was unpredictable. Like you were wild. Yes, ma'am. You were wild. Even during those moments when you were greened out on edibles, like it was still like, who knows what she's going to do? Who knows what she's going to say? It was nuts. And now what do we got? What have we been putting up with for almost 3 years? You in Kuwait being boring. And it didn't have to go that way. You could have found interesting things to do in Kuwait. Could have made a whole interesting arc of being in Kuwait. You didn't. You just sat back on your heels, doing nothing. And, people talk about Crack at Olympics because it was more interesting. You don't have to go back home to Canada and do the party favors if you don't want to. You can be sober and be fun. Find some way to be fun. Take us places. Do things. Find another way to be interesting. All we know is what you've shown us. And you've not shown us very much these last 3 years, but you can find a different path. But yeah, Crack at Olympics was a lot. It was definitely a lot. It was I'm going to be honest with you. I don't miss just being planted in my chair in front of my computer for 12. I don't miss that. I don't miss it. At the same time, I do miss the unpredictability, though. I ain't going to lie, to keep it interesting.
Yes, he's living with his sister. I don't know why he would. Could you tell me why, Time's Up? Why would he be living with his sister?
Well, who wants to live with you? If you are a ragey, angry, gotta be fed all the time, or you throw a temper tantrum, messy, disgusting, don't want to take a bath, unhygienic slob, why would anybody want to live with you? Why? You're not pleasant company as far as your personality. And if you're not taking a shower, you're not cleaning yourself, you stink. And before you say anything to me about, oh, you're fat shaming me. Listen, if I didn't take a shower for weeks, I'd stink. Anybody else would stink. You gotta take a bath. You gotta wear clean clothes. You gotta take care of your body, or you stink. And if you stink, nobody wants to be around the stink. So you want company, and yet you don't clean yourself. You want company, you gotta clean yourself, Chantal. Nobody wants to be around someone that smells like a garbage bag that's been sitting rotting for weeks.
Give me a good reason why he wouldn't live with his wife and I would be here by myself.
I just gave you reasons.
If he's not happy, it's his responsibility to change it then. Stop worrying about Salah. If I were you, I'd go to bed. Seriously, let's just throw this day in the garbage. Don't let others make you unhappy. No, I know. I'm just venting. Because you guys are not married. Of course. Where's the proof? Where? Like, Mike, I don't know. I'm scared to go out there on National Day. We could probably watch some of the parade out here. You need eat all his snacky snacks, so he ran away. It's absolutely no one's business. Hey, Anne, you're allowed to go through your own paces. I hate the people ripping on you and so much of a girl opinions. Don't let anyone take your joy. Thanks, Anne. I mean, I get it. I'm a diet failure. Of course I am. I get it. I know. Okay. Phasmophobia energy. Right, strawberries. Corny. I'm not raging on people who care about me. I'm not, that's not my point, you know? Yeah, no sugar, right? Look at, do you know how hard it was to put these in the cart when I wanted chocolate chip cookies? Hey, Annelle. I want to slurp another yogurt. Yeah. Tina P. Lovato. And we have to eat. Like, we have to. That's
Chantal, having a meal because you need energy to get stuff done is far different than having a bee moment. Don't use the fact that we all have to eat as a reason to overeat and have a bee moment and justify the addiction. Don't do that.
the problem. And no, I'm not only, I can't do it. I'll just admit defeat right now. I cannot just go cold turkey and like completely just eat things that make me miserable, even to get through that initial push or whatever. Like I know, I don't know. I just know myself. Like I can't do it, man.
Y'all hear that? Hey, Beezers, you hear that? She just told you, look, it's hopeless. I'm a food addict. It's hopeless. She's bringing up reasons why she can't do it and that she'll never succeed versus looking for reasons that will help her succeed. She's got that mindset of I quit, I give up, things will never change. I'm just going to give in. She just told you. Pay attention. She just freaking told you that the addiction is winning and it's going to keep winning because she, as the addict, is not fighting the addiction. She just sat there and said it. Clear as day. So, anybody over there that you're hanging on by your fingernails, waiting for her to get healthy, waiting for her to turn a corner and be the healthy Chantal versus the unhealthy Chantal, she just told you how things were going to go. That the addiction is always going to win because she's going to let it win. And I don't want to hear any nonsense from her about this is hopeless. I can't do it. If she wanted to succeed, there are resources. There are support groups for her. There's all kinds of resources. She could go to therapy, which she desperately needs. She can go to inpatient, outpatient. She's not doing none of that. And she can't even say, I don't have the time. She's got all the time in the world. She just doesn't have the motivation or the dedication. She's not ready. She's not going to be ready as long as the feedies are around her, giving her money to partake of adult-based fetishes online. And the bulk of her money comes from the feedie fetish and the guys who enjoy it and are ready to fund it and to give her money. She's never going to give it up. As long as she's got guys in her face saying, hey, I'll pay you X amount to eat from Burger King, and another one saying, I'll give you X amount to eat from Burger King, McDonald's, and KFC, she's not going to give it up. That's how she makes her money. Y'all need to understand that.
No, the cookie's not bad. I think it's sucralose. My sister said to tell you that you're beautiful, and I agree. Oh, thank you, Tammy. We need more kind people like you in this world. And like Ron and Teardrop and everybody.
Yeah, because they are your enablers. And I found it interesting because Life with Ron made a very interesting comment not too long ago. He said that he has B moments. He does the B moments. So, Life with Ron, Sofa King, you're over there with a food issue, right? That's what you said. You have a food issue. And here you are giving money to someone with an extreme food issue. You are literally funding somebody else to hurt themselves with food. You're funding that lifestyle. You're funding that addiction. You are supporting it. Why? If you have a food issue, you know how much it sucks. But you see this food addict who has absolutely no control. She has no impulse control, no coping skills, no coping mechanisms, and you are aiding her with her addiction. Is that correct? You're aiding her in her decline in bad health, and that's okay. Why would someone with a problem with food aid another person who also has a problem with food? Tell me. I would love to know the answer. Like, do you want to see her get sick? Are you one of those you want to see her bedbound? I mean, what's the goal here? I'm curious.
Give up your life for junk food. Well, actually, I'm trying so hard to not adopt that all or nothing lifestyle. You know, like, I don't know, like that little bag of chips. It was so small.
But you had another bag of chips before that.
People have also got to realize about the whole impatient thing. That's not feasible. You've got to earn an income. It's impossible to do when you're streaming working.
Stinky Peterson says Ozempic would help you reset. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Ozempic is for diabetics. Okay. And she is a diabetic, but it doesn't fix a food addiction. The food addiction is in her head. Understand that. Therapy would have worked the best for that problem. She's tried Ozempic before. She quit because it wouldn't let her have B moments because she took the shot, but the addiction voice in the head still didn't shut up. And it bothered her to hear that voice that was loud. And she couldn't have B moments like she wanted to, so she quit the shot.
Well, there's not really like there's no I've tried to go inpatient in Canada and I ended up at the outpatient for the eating disorder. And yeah, you can go somewhere to a retreat for like 10 grand. Do you guys want to pay?
It's no one else's problem. It's your problem. You got yourself into this mess. You need to get yourself out. That is your responsibility as a human being. That if there's something going on with you that's wrong, you need to fix it. Not your audience, not your Beezers, not Girl World. That is your responsibility. If it matters that much to you, you'll deal with it. You'll put your big girl panties on and you'll fix it. No one else should pay for any kind of inpatient or outpatient, especially with you having the attitude of you're not even committed to it. You're not even showing that you're serious, that you're even part of the way there. You're not showing a track record of, I'm really trying and I'm really fighting. You really think someone's going to plunk down $10,000 for a treatment center? Because knowing you wouldn't even show up. You would skip out, or you go one day and the next day be gone just because they told you no Burger King, Chantal. The moment somebody told you no about something, you would walk out. So why should anybody pay 10 grand for your issue when they know how flip-floppy you are? How you're all about taking other people's money and wasting other people's money and not caring because it's not your money. You pay for your own treatment and your therapy. You allowed yourself to get to this point, to be 500 plus pounds with all these health issues that you never took care of. So now you got to pay for them. Maybe if you paid for them, it would teach you, I really can't do everything I want to my body. There are consequences for my actions. Maybe it might be a good thing for you to learn.
Well, you have money for food, but I don't have money for 10 grand to go go into somewhere and just no. Sorry, I don't.
Excuses. We got excuses today. There are all kinds of free resources she could use at first to get herself started. Support groups and whatnot, Overeaters Anonymous, things like that. I mean, there are low cost things she could do. She's not even trying.
No, I won't be doing that. I don't even know if that exists here. I don't think it does. I don't know.
And you Beezers, you guys are making excuses for her. It's bad enough that she is giving out excuses. You guys are giving excuses too, like Hidden Sapphire saying, "I see you're trying your best, Foodie. Don't give up. Wishing you the best." How is she trying her best? How? How is she trying her best if she comes on camera doing fast food resurrections? By eating fast food on YouTube, by monetizing her addiction, how is she trying her best? I would really love the explanation on that one. How is she trying her best if she comes on this live just grazing on fast food? Is that trying her best? No? I want to hear it. How is she trying her best? If she's monetizing her addiction, if she's monetizing self-harm / fetish content, how is she trying her best? Trying her best would mean that she wouldn't be eating on camera anymore. That she would be coming to all of you and saying, "No more talk about food, y'all. I'm a food addict. Please help keep me on track. Don't trigger me. Don't mention food. Let's not talk about food today. Anybody talks about food, they're going to get booted." Now that would be trying. Doing other content besides food would be trying. But as long as she continues to do the food content, that is not trying. That's going the other way. So don't make excuses for her, and don't tell her that she's trying when she's not. She's not trying.
Thank you, Hidden Sapphire. What if I go blind? Big glass of water.
Yeah, what if you go blind, Foodie? I don't know if the diabetes is affecting your bodily functions. It kind of sounds like it is, but that is a possibility that, your diabetes can make you go blind. Your vision might already be impaired. I mean, it's making your eyes leak. I don't know where your vision's at, but that is a real possibility.
Yeah, Wajihah, exactly. These things can't be fixed overnight. That's right. Hey, Marilla. Hey, Ellen. Thank you so much, Ellen. And that's what pisses me off. People act like I'm just here to deceive my audience and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell them today that not gonna eat KFC, and then guess what? Tomorrow I'm gonna eat KFC." No, I wake up every effing day trying to not eat the KFC. So whatever I
Ma'am, stop. Let's think about what you do for a minute. Okay, let's just say you have the urge to eat KFC, right? There's a whole lot of steps that go into that. You got to either order KFC or you got to get in the cherry and go get the KFC. So either way, you get the KFC. So you get the food. And then what do? You set it all up on your little high chair looking setup with your camera. You put your phone in front of you. You make sure to set it up. You turn on the YouTube app. You hit record, and you record yourself eating the food. So you are very aware of what you're doing. And you're not stopping yourself. You purposely get the food for the purpose of making money on YouTube. You film it, and then you post it to YouTube. So you're going through all the steps, and you're very aware of each step. You're treating this whole thing like an oopsie. It's not an oopsie if you're planning it out. And it's especially planned out if you got a feedie in the background saying, hey, I'll pay you X amount to eat KFC today. Make me a video or put it on YouTube. It's a request. You're going to fulfill the request because you want to get paid. Everything planned out. It's not an oopsie or a mistake or I gave into my urges. You know what you're doing.
I tell you I don't want to eat the KFC. I have every intention of not doing it, but I just can't. Okay? So
you have every intention of eating it if somebody pays you to eat it. Or if you're going to make money on YouTube, there's money motivation here. Therefore, there is intention.
Oh. If you go blind, then you can't see mean comments anymore. Yeah, I'll be reading them in Braille. Blind is a reality with diabetes. I know, maybe one day. I'm aware my foot can fall off. My toes are going to get cut off. I'm aware of all these things.
And here's the scary thing about her. And I've said this a little while ago. Because of Chantal living completely on the internet, y'all. Like her life is the internet. There is no Chantal Marie anymore. Hasn't been for a while. She lives in her persona, Foodie Beauty. And things that would normally scare the crap out of us, like losing a finger or losing a toe or a leg or an arm, would not scare her. Do you know where her mind would go? Her mind would go, oh, wow, I've lost a toe or a finger or a leg, and I can use that as my next arc on YouTube. I can use that to gain sympathy from the audience and get extra super chats and memberships out of that. People will feel sorry for me. I can play the victim even more. Boo-hoo, I can't go out and do things. Or boo-hoo, I'm bedbound. She would look at her failing health as a business opportunity, as a moneymaker. It would not be a wake-up moment for Chantal. It'd be another story arc. That's how into the money game she is. Like, it goes into twisted places.
It does feel miserable eating all healthy. I actually I haven't even had KFC since the funeral. The pizza to make it look like a different day. Well, kind of was a different day. Kimikaze, member for 3 months. Thank you, Kimikaze. Ready, set, rebees. I appreciate that. Caprese. Thank you. Yeah, I had McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah, she had a McDonald's funeral, and then she ate McDonald's again. So what was the purpose of the funeral? It was just a reason to have a B moment and act like it was going to be her last when it wasn't. I mean, we all heard you. We heard that little private, intimate moment you were having at the dessert counter at McDonald's, Foodie. You were having a little moment with yourself. It was quite disturbing, but yeah, it happened.
My mobility's the same, I guess.
No, it ain't. No, it's not. No, ma'am.
I don't know. I don't lie, I changed my mind. Well, it's true. And the problem is you guys aren't in my body. You don't know. Like, I swear it's a mental illness or something. I change my mind like I change my diapers.
Oh, geez.
Thank you, Jade. You drag one leg. It's because of my sciatica. It never went away.
Oh, no, 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 not letting you get away with that. Nope, no, ma'am. Because of your sciatica. Stop it. Your liatica, more like it. I don't deny that I'm sure you have back pain, Chantal. I don't deny that. If I carried 400 extra pounds in the front of my body all the time, yeah, I'm sure my back would hurt too. I'm sure it hurt a lot. Carrying the weight equivalent of 1 or 2 adults in the front of my body, yeah, my back is going to hurt. But if you had sciatica in your back, you wouldn't want to walk at all. You would get those devil's lightning going from your lower back down your leg. You would get those spasms that would just take your breath away and make you want to cry. You don't have sciatica. I've had it before, twice, and it sucked. It sucked bad. You don't have it. And you want to know how I know? Because when I had it and it was bad, just getting up out of a chair, the slightest movement, I would get that devil's thunderbolt. Just like that. Just that nerve, that awful nerve, would just shoot that devil's lightning up and down my spine, take my breath away, make me want to scream, make me want to cry. Yet you get out of the chair just fine.
That drag, it's weird.
That might be nerve damage.
Thanks, Stokely, my fashion show. Your number one Chantal stan. Yeah. I'm trying.
This comment, Green Grapes says the so-called Beezers that tell you to go get more fast food, that's messed up. Applause. I agree. Any and all Beezers in the chat room claiming that you care about Chantal, you know about her food issue, and yet you're stepping up and you're mentioning any food to this woman. You're suggesting for her to go get food. You're giving her ideas for mukbangs that she should do or suggestions for meals. Shame on you. You would never walk up to an active, raging alcoholic and start talking about alcohol, would you? You know, walk up and say, hey, man, yeah, I really want to go get some tequila. Yeah, I want to get so wasted. Would you do that to an alcoholic if you knew they had a problem? Any decent person would not do that. They would refrain from talking about alcohol. Or if somebody had a problem with Coca-Cola, would you walk up and go, yeah, man, I'm going to go get some powder and I'm really going to party and I want to get effed up? You wouldn't do it. If you had any decency, you wouldn't do it. You would not mention the source of someone's addiction to the active raging addict because that would just be out of pocket. So if someone's addicted to food, just because it's food, it's no different. I don't like Chantal. She's a hateful woman. But I would not wish addiction on anyone. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. As much as I don't like her, I'm not encouraging her in her addiction. I wouldn't encourage anybody else in their addiction. You know, I mean, I got some morals, but I can't believe the amount of people in her chat that claim to care about her, and yet they know about her health issues. They know about her problem with food, and they encourage her to eat. Talking about food, they got to know it's wrong. Hey, Beezers, those of you talking about food, why don't you find a hardware store, buy a shovel, All of you buy shovels and then race to the nearest graveyard and wait for Chantal to show up. Because that's pretty much what you're doing. You're helping to dig her grave. You say you care about her, but do you care about her, or do you care to see something bad happen to her? Because I think you are really want something bad to happen to her, and you want it to happen soon. If you didn't, you wouldn't be suggesting her addiction to her and making her think about food all the time, because trust me, she don't need any help with that. She's got that covered. She don't need your help.
Yeah, that's getting clipped. Yep. Mobility comes and goes. Smaller bites. Yeah. Yes. I wish I was in your body. Really, Vanna? I don't know about that. You're not blocked, Aaron. I know green grapes, but you gotta know a lot of them just stay out of it. A lot of them are here because they like the food content. And a lot of them.
Hold on a second. Debo says, that's why I'm going to make a GoFundMe to get you into rehab. No. GoFundMes are for people that are in emergency situations and they need a little help to cover the cost. If she wants rehab, she can pay for her own. And it makes no sense to do a GoFundMe or a fundraiser for that anyway, because she's not ready and she won't go. So just cross out that idea, Debo.
Probably don't really. A lot of people probably don't understand my issues, you know?
I do. I care. I understand your issue, but I also understand that you are monetizing your issue and you're making a mockery of it. That's the very reason I started reacting to you, Chantal, because of your issue with food. And I saw what you were doing, that you were doing the Foodie stuff. On one side, you were crying about your issue with food. On the other side, you were catering to the Foodies. And I clocked you about it a long time ago, and I've been clocking you ever since. You want to cry about it sometimes and monetize it other times. You're doing self-harm content. Period. Can't look at it any other way. You are a food addict and you want to monetize your addiction and get high in front of people all at the same time, looking for people to fund your addiction and keep it going. You're not paying for it. Everybody else is. When everybody should just stop paying for it. If they care about you, they'll stop.
My favorite T-ball dar smell. I don't know the names. Your twin daughters. Oh, Miss Cassetta, happy birthday to them. Everyone does things in their own way. Yeah, exactly, Valley. Some faster. Yeah, some at a slower pace. If you ever wear diapers, you should have Blade. I should make diaper merch and put the haters' faces on it. You're right. So every time you poop, can we get another? Yeah, Keeper of the Homestead. Hi, little Nitty. His third leg. What? Yeah, well. Anna G, member for 12 months. 1 year. Chantal, ignore the hate. Love you. Thank you, Anna G. I've already sent Reebies. Thank you, Anna G. Let her live life. You're her dietitian. I bet you Huggies pays a lot of money. I love your mukbangs, but you need to chew more. I know. You're for when I make merch. I used to eat one fast food meal, big dinner a day, and starve before then. And I was satisfied and content for the rest. You know, physically, I can't. If you move more. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, I heard that, walking lowers your blood sugar, like, instantly.
You know what else lowers it? Stop eating the doggone carbs, the candy, the juice. the coffee with all the syrup in it, that will lower the blood sugar too.
So, because whenever you eat something, and you walk after, you're using that calorie, you're using that glucose. So, fast.
Chantal, can I tell you something? You can see me. There's no filters going on here. I used to have an exercise bike, a home exercise bike I called George. I had a love-hate relationship with George because the doggone seat. That thing was a spawn of Satan. It hurt my butt. And I would sit there and I put the exercise bike in front of my desk, in front of my computer, and watch videos on YouTube while I was exercising just to pass the time. And I would sit there for like an hour and a half at a time, just riding that bike, switching gears, making it harder, making it easier. And by the time I was done, I would be soaked in sweat. Burning them calories, girl. Walking is good. It's low impact. You got nerve damage in your leg. I don't know how safe that is for your leg to go out walking like that, because that could lead to, tripping, falling, which could lead to problems. But walking does not burn a tremendous amount of calories, especially if you're only doing it for like a minute at a time. And if you're sitting there stuffing yourself with like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 calories a day, let me put it in perspective for you. It takes 3,500 calories to make 1 pound of fat. So if you're eating like 7,000 calories a day, that's 2 pounds gained that day, especially if you've not burned anything off. You're not doing anything to burn off the calories you're consuming. You're going to gain weight every day. So let's just say you gain a pound a day, 1 pound. That means 30 pounds a month. Times 3 months, that's 90 pounds. So in 3 months, you can gain another 100 at 1 pound a day. And you, I don't know your weight. Let's just say you're 500 pounds, right? To maintain 500 pounds, you would have to eat about 5,000 calories. That's well over 3,500, correct? Yes. So you're gaining about a pound a day. And I think you're eating more than 5,000 calories, because every time you come on camera, you look bigger. You've gained weight. And I'm not saying that to be hateful. That's just watching the features of your face and how round your face is getting and all that. You're gaining weight every day because you're eating food every day. You're eating every 2 hours. I mean, how many calories is that? You could lose weight if you just did a calorie deficit, get some of the weight off you. So if you wanted to exercise, your joints wouldn't be under so much pressure from all the weight. You could just drop weight like crazy, but you're not going to do it. You're going the other way. You're gaining. If you gain another 50 to 75 pounds, you will be bedbound, ma'am. Ain't no way you're going to be on your feet at 600 plus pounds. You need to slow it down.
Fasting too, yeah. Beauty bite. Hey, Scrape. Yeah. Weed is still legal in Thailand. Yeah, like treadmill beezing, Is the cat? Oh, she's been hanging out with Dad lately.
Stop with the baby talk. I don't want to hear it. Stop saying dada. You're not 4. You're not 3. You're not 2. You're almost 41. Where did this dada crap come from, and how can we get rid of it? It's not cute. It's just not cute.
When you don't want to cook, I just have like little things like I just did now. A cookie here, a bag of chips there. Slurp a yogurt if you dare. So many ads.
Oh, wow. Lizzie says, do you know this song, Killing Me Softly, with his song, Roberta Flack, who sang it originally, just passed? That's sad. That's a beautiful song. I also remember one of her songs that I absolutely adore because it's so pretty. First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. I love that song. And she had this unmistakable, soft, airy, smoky voice. And the way she sang it was so perfect. It was almost ethereal. Rest in peace, Roberta Flack. You had an amazing voice.
I gotta pay my bills. I'm kidding. I gotta pay my debts. Killing me so.
No, you're not going to disrespect Miss Flack. No, ma'am. Don't you sing that song.
She was part of the Fugees then.
No, she wasn't. No. Different singer. Lauryn Hill was part of the Fugees. The Fugees, they did a cover of that song. Roberta was the original singer.
I called Kamikaze a psychopath because of her emails. What? No, I think that was somebody else, Purple Glitter, wasn't it, who emailed me? I think I've beefed with probably close to everybody in here, so. No, I didn't hear about the Pope. The song ideas? I already had a little bit of things. I have no Parmesan cheese.
And so what? That's a you problem.
People change. No, not you, Anna. No, not everyone, but a lot of people probably. Oh, was it? I don't even remember Kamikaze, honestly. I don't think so, Andre Marie. No, if we have beef, you would know. I mean, like a back and forth or something. I haven't gotten an update on Sam in a little bit, but I can get one, I guess.
No, you can't. And you shouldn't. You should leave Sam alone. The same way you should leave BBJ alone. Just stop talking about your former pets. They don't belong to you no more. Haven't for a while. You didn't care about Sam or BBJ. If you cared about them, you would have took care of them, and you wouldn't have left to go to Kuwait in the first freaking place. You were very eager to give up your pets because you want to be next to Salah. Although I will say that was divine intervention. Like everything lining up to get the pets away from her. That, I'm sorry, y'all. That was divine intervention. That was fate saying, not today, Satan. We're taking these good, innocent babies away from this demon and putting them where they can be cared for. We know that BBJ is with FFG and her family being well taken care of. But I'm sure Sam is with perhaps a foster. And if there's a foster family that has Sam, you ain't getting him back. They're not going to feed that cat and take care of him and love him and get him adjusted and all the vet bills just to give him back to you, the original owner who's responsible for the neglect. Oh, no, don't work like that.
I can have my mom ask.
Nope, it's a done deal. Stop telling people that. You gave him up. You gave up BBJ. Just give it up. What's done is done.
But I did get some updates on him, yeah.
No, you didn't. You're lying about him. A foster family is not obligated to give you updates. And if they knew you were the person who did the neglect, why in the hell would they update you with anything? Why would they send you pictures or emails and tell you, oh, he's doing great, here's a picture? Why would they do that? if they knew you were the one responsible for the neglect. I would think the only thing they'd send you is a picture of a middle finger saying, you suck. You suck for what you did, but he's in a better place now.
You can't fart, gonna block you. Jackie. No. Hey, Cleo. How are you? It's beef. Redemption arcs for old Beezers. World, yeah, it's true. Life's too short, eh? Yeah. Get Sam to Kuwait.
No.
I don't know how I would do that.
Yeah, and
poor big man.
Shut up. She keeps talking about how if she goes back to Canada, she's taking Julia with her. I don't think she will. I don't think Chantal is going to spend the money that it's going to take to get Julia to Canada. Even if she did, where is she going to take that poor baby? She has no home in Canada. Where is she going to take the cat? To what home is the cat going to reside? She has no idea where she's going to stay, let alone herself and a cat that she's going to have to spend thousands on to travel back to Canada. Like, if she doesn't know what she's going to do, how is she going to know what to do with herself and a cat? She's going to leave Julia behind. And before anybody gets stressed out about that, I think that's actually a good thing. Maybe Salah can find a nice home for Julia. Maybe Julia can live with Salah. Maybe Salah cares about Julia. But it's a good thing that Chantal is not around pets, period.
No, Tiffany, it was kind of cool here today. I've made 30 accounts. They're all blocked.
Valerie Vampire says, leave Sam with his new human. Right. Leave him alone. Let him live.
Doing Ramadan cleaning? Oh gosh. I haven't done any prep. He is cute, isn't he? Are we gonna watch something? I don't know if I can stay awake. Like, look at me. Cheese salad. Ja Rule my Magnus. Suck Beezers in everyone's chat. Very freaked out. Not freaked out. It was surprising. That's the most interaction he's done in my channel.
I don't think that was the real BB. That was a sock account of somebody. Because the real BB doesn't care about YouTube. Didn't want to be on camera, none of it. So why would that be BB? BB moved on a long time ago. He wanted to move on. He wanted to get away from Chantal.
He didn't like YouTube, but pays the bills.
For you, it does. But how much longer can that hold on if you're not even trying to do stuff for your channel?
Yeah, it was him. But yeah, don't pay any mind. Don't worry about it. You can just block people that bug you. That's what I do. I went to the doctor, blue pot.
Boy, howdy. Look at her eyes. We've got, look. Like her eyes are leaking over here and over here. Look at this. What is going on with your eyes, Chantal? Look, that cannot be an allergy to something in the house. That can't be. I don't know what it is, but it's been happening more and more and more. You need to go to a doctor.
My eyes are extra lopsided. Friggin' filters.
And she thinks it's a joke. She treats everything as a joke. Once one eye is more swollen than the other, her eyes are leaking, and she treats it like a joke. Oh, it's funny. Like let's all treat this like a joke.
Leave Chantal alone. Yeah. Listen to Ja Rule. I'm going to sleep, Rosa. Thanks, maybe one day. Is sand an allergen? No, but Julia's hairy ass is. Where'd she go anyways?
Are you done?
Defend the principal. And I stand by what I say. I don't care. My opinion doesn't change just because, oh no. And I don't even know if I believe you anyways. That chair is not long for this world, no. It's here for a good time, not a long time. Hey, Belle. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Yeah, I did, Brooke. To use Al Akhtar? What is that?
Okay, you know what? Like, look at her. She's done. She's about ready to wrap this up, and there's only a few more minutes, so we'll wrap this up. I don't need to see every single second of Chantal. I think I've seen enough. This react was a bit longer than most, but that's okay. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.